is.
Turning lights to be knowing about people. Gotta reach them, sit them right down. Then you gotta teach them about freedom. Gotta win it, gotta put yourself smack dab in it. Hey, tomorrow, it don't go away. On the
She could have possibly had the upper hand a little bit in the conversation post-speech because she could say, I reached out my hand to the president, he ignored me or didn't see me, whatever, but she had the upper hand. But now, the ripping up of the speech, I think there were names in there of people who had died, American citizens who had died. I think it was really disrespectful, but also super unsophisticated and not like her. And I think that when she rips it up, she also might be showing some frustration to her caucus because she looks over at them. I don't know if it was in solidarity, but might have been in frustration. Like, I told you, we should not have done impeachment, and here we are. And he's got the wind at his back, and now it's a choice between him with this great economy and us, which we can't get our act together.
Well, Chuck Schumer doesn't want to be left out. This is his ripping of the paper, a statement just released. The president's speech tonight was much more like a Trump rally than a speech a true leader would give. It was demagogic, undignified, and untruthful, highly partisan, he says. It's really amazing.
It really wasn't, was it? I mean, we've heard Trump be all those things, perhaps.
Yes.
This speech tonight really wasn't.
Arguably, wasn't it one of his better speeches?
I would think that most people, neutral observers would have to say yes.
Get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. They accuse this show of being run by boobs. Well, let me tell you something about us boobs. We're real and we're spectacular. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, we just put 11 years of radio excellence into the can. Now, in our 12th year, the Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air.
Pelosi just exposed herself and the left as the bullies they are. They never counted on a president who wouldn't bow down and kiss their tuchuses. Pelosi, as their leader, was a visual disaster, acting like a petulant 3-year-old throughout the president's amazingly great speech, maybe the best he's ever given, and made herself the focus. This self-anointed, prayerful woman, according to her, acted like one would think the devil would act. Right from the get-go, she discarded the ritual intro. She rifled through papers, making faces, making chewing motions, and ignored the Limbaugh Freedom Award. A black child from a private school getting a college scholarship. A 100-year-old black veteran from the famous World War II Tuskegee Air Force pilots, who Trump, on the spot, promoted to a general. An Afghan war veteran, reunited with his wife and 2 children. She showed herself as an evil entity who, in order to impeach the president, took over the House protocol. She had no due process for the president, overruled the courts, and tried to overtake our Senate. And now, after committing the crime of ripping apart the president's speech, and it is a crime, that's a federal document and it's a felony, she points her finger at him and says, "You will always be impeached." Well, Madam Secretary, I believe you'll be burning in hell a lot longer than Trump is bothered by your hoax. His numbers have never been better, and as Vice President Pence said, I couldn't tell whether she was tearing up the speech or ripping up the Constitution. Or am I wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dave Weinbaum. I'm your radio talk show host today, and I'm here with my lovely bride, Lisa Weinbaum. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, Dave.
How's the
Steve.
arm?
Great.
And I have no idea who this guy is over here, but either Stan has lost a lot of weight, or that's the owner of the radio station, Steve Wheeler.
I'm just a figment of your imagination.
Oh, really?
Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
turning off my mic.
No, don't do that. No. You can be part of the show.
I am.
You just
and I'm
don't,
glad to be here.
Just don't, push me around like you usually do.
Well,
Yeah. I don't know if we. I don't know.
Yesterday, right?
I'm sorry.
I did call you boss yesterday.
Oh, you did. I know.
Yeah.
Did you mean it? I don't think so.
See, I
Give me a
didn't.
break.
I didn't call him boss.
Well, you should. I am your boss.
No.
Isn't that how it works?
No, I'm sorry. That's a whole different discussion, honey.
Oh, okay. That's the first time we met. She says, "Oh my God, I used to work for you. I hated you." Anyways, I don't know. It looks like we got a caller. I see the line, and I have no idea who this is. But what's your name, JJ, and where are you calling from?
This is JJ from snowy Rolla, Missouri, and I'm proud to be here.
All right. We're going to play your song, my friend. Yeah. Sing along, JJ. Come on, Doolittle.
I'm with you, brother.
I think it sounds like a frog person.
We will rock you. We will rock you.
Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street. Gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place.
We will rock you. All right, JJ. What's under that tinfoil hat today?
Well, since you started with Pelosi, I'll start with Pelosi. I think she is signaling the demise of the Democrat Party. And, ripping up that speech was childish. I've seen 6-year-olds behave better than that. But there are things that run a lot deeper than just her antics during the State of the Union address. She tried to keep this impeachment low-key and didn't manage to get it done, which told me that she has lost control of the House. I think the far left is bypassed her. She says she's a prayerful woman, but how can a prayerful woman, supposedly a Catholic, endorse abortion? These two things are perpendicular to each other. It's not possible to be both. So when she says she's prayerful, no, I don't think so. I will put on my tinfoil hat and give you a prophecy this morning on
please.
Pelosi, Comrade Pelosi. I think it's very likely that prior to the November election, she is going to retire from the House. I think she's not going to run for re-election.
You know that
happens,
do you know who that opens the door for?
I certainly do.
Who?
I certainly do.
Who?
So,
DeAnna Lorraine.
Yeah, DeAnna.
Who will be on the show
got a shot at
today. Between her and Laura Loomer, and Laura Loomer is running against Pelosi's best friend, Lois Frankel. So between those two, who are both on my show and both talking about their campaigns, we're going to have a 1-2 punch here to take over the House. Can you imagine that?
That is due. And you remember you heard it here first a few months ago. I think Miss Pelosi's going to retire because she's lost control, and I think her colleagues are looking at her saying, "We got to get rid of this woman. Get her out of here."
If they're not, they're out of their minds because she's leading them right into the sewer. You know?
Yes, she is, and her buddies are encouraging it. Okay, Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney has finally shown himself to be the rhino that we've all known him to be. I think he's taking a lambasting from the conservatives in the Senate, and rightfully so. I think Romney is likely to not be reelected when elections come around for the Senate. He's got an awful lot of Republicans saying, "Seriously, you did that?"
Yeah. He don't care. You know what? Look, he's a petulant, shallow hypocrite. When Barack Obama was talking to President Medvedev back in 2012, before his run, while his run was going on with Barack Obama, did he even bring that up? That Obama said to Medvedev, "You know, we're going to take it easy on you. I mean, for a while, or no, we're going to be hard on you for a while. But you know, after the election, I'll be more free to do stuff." Would you pass that on to Vladimir, who's Putin, by the way? Oh, he says, "Oh yeah, sure."
Those open mics have caught a lot of people.
What is that not a quid pro quo? Offering something to a foreign government in order to get a favorable relationship until the election, and then he's going to do a lot more. Okay, that's quid pro quo right there. Did he call for his impeachment? Did he even mention it? No, of course not.
Last thing I got for you, Dave, and
yes,
this
sir.
is the one that made me furious this week, and that was the Democrat Iowa caucus. These are folks, the Democrats now, that can't poll a couple of thousand voters and come up with results. Seriously?
No, right.
And these are the people that want to run your government and your health care. Seriously? No one in their right mind would consider having these folks in power anymore. They have proven to be far too inept to govern.
There's no doubt in my mind. You're correct.
And I think, I think there was a lot of fooling around going on in there. I mean, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but, anytime you've got results that are delayed for that long, and then excuse after excuse after, oh, it was the app, it was the phone, we had to go back and take pictures of the paper ballots. Give me a break. This thing has been meddled with by the DNC, and I'll tell you why. The DNC doesn't want Bernie for their flag bearer.
No,
they don't, because he's not electable.
But guess what? Neither is Biden. So what are they going to do? Pete Buttigieg? You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. Here's a prediction for me. This is all headed when they put Bloomberg out there and got rid of they got rid of all their blacks. Imagine that.
Yeah.
How
about that?
For a billionaire. Okay. And so I don't think Bloomberg is going to want to be the candidate, but I think he's going to bring in Hillary. How's that?
Oh, now that that opens a big old can of worms.
Yeah.
That opens up.
The biggest thing I think the Republicans have to worry about is the Democrats finding a way to cheat in the elections. They better be really sharp about that. I can't imagine Trump at this point not being adept at finding out if they're cheating. Can you?
Well, having said that, Dave, don't you think that there's going to be some prosecutions coming for the corruption that's gone on in the past? I firmly believe that this is going to be looked into.
You're doing my show for me, because that was my very next point.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dave. You make your point. I'll go back to listen.
You're getting too damn good is what the problem is. I'm going to have to be your opening act. How's that?
No doubt.
I don't think so.
We'll have to have a personal appearance by JJ.
There you go. Well, he has. He's done that already. He's already been here.
Yeah.
Been here, done that.
We have photos.
Now he won't come in
I
because
do have a face for radio. There's no question about it.
Join the club.
Yeah, well, me and you know, JJ doesn't like to talk about this, but we were actually twins. Yeah, we were separated at birth.
At birth.
There we go. All right, JJ, my friend, thank you so much for being a
God bless you,
star
Dave.
on the
Keep it
opening
up.
act. God bless you too, sir. Okay, and I have another caller, I think, right?
Yep.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Adolf.
Hey, Adolf, what's going on?
Isn't this been a great week? We find out the Democrats don't know how to count. Nancy Pelosi has a hissy fit in front of God and everybody all over the television.
Oh.
Donald Trump gets acquitted, and somehow he manages to have the entire Congress in attendance when he congratulates and gives Rush Limbaugh the Medal of Freedom.
Isn't that amazing? And all the other stuff, it was his best speech. And she's ripping it apart, and everybody could see that was a great speech. Even if you hated the guy, it was a great speech.
It's
you know,
terrific.
absolutely fantastic. So
I love it.
Just,
It's been a great week. Can't beat it.
I'm pretty happy about stuff. And wait till the second act comes, as JJ was alluding to. We're going to see a lot more stuff happening with Durham and AG Barr and the investigations. You've already got Ray saying, "Well, we're going to do a little more investigating, you know, for those who made mistakes on the FISA court applications." Well, that's BS. These guys committed felony crimes. They were part of a coup, part of the overthrow of Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
All right, they need to be indicted. They need to be
Well,
tried.
They'll get their comeuppance.
I hope so. We'll see who's stronger, the swamp or Donald Trump. Okay.
Well, like I said, it's not going to be easy because, number one, it's a big swamp. Number two, it's full of alligators, and they bite.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a little bitty drain hole to drain that thing.
And they all know each other, too, by the way.
But
They're all neighbors. They all know each other. They all hang out with each other, you know, even Barr. So we'll see. All right, my friend. Hi to Joanne. Thank you so much.
You have a great week.
All right, I appreciate it. And let's see. What do you got for me before we do a break? Anything? You got 24 there?
Well, now, which 24 are you looking for, Dave?
How many 24s do we have?
2. You got the 24
I'm looking
that
for...
when the Saints come marching home?
No.
Okay. That's where I'm at then. It's the other 24. Mueller. No?
No.
Okay.
All right, maybe I don't want 24.
No.
How about 27?
27.
What is that?
We've got Old Man Jar open.
No.
No. Okay. Well, let's see. We
right,
got two.
I must have a different sheet.
Let's see. 27 on this sheet is
I thought
Bobby McGee, Amy Cooper. No.
No.
All right.
Did I copy this wrong? Maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah, you must have. Because my sheet hasn't changed since
Go
yesterday.
down to the second. What's 50?
50.
Yeah.
Okay. 50 is leave a gun. Leave the gun.
Huh?
Right? Take the cannon.
Oh, leave the gun and take the cannoli.
Oh,
yeah.
cannoli. I'm sorry.
No, somewhere I must have screwed this
Got to
up.
get a little closer to that screen.
If you ever see a Sicilian piece there, go for it.
Is that what you
okay?
want?
We'll do that because, you know, forget about it. We don't forget. You know, we forget about it. You know. I don't know. I must have a different paper than you.
Well, here we got a Sicilian
There you
moment
go.
right
Beautiful.
here.
I know, I'm singing.
Some are bread, others sauteed. Forget about it.
Yeah, some of us have read, you know. In other words, you know, some aren't so lucky. You know, we get into the fire, and we get burned. You know, let's face it. But you know, if you've never been on fire before, you don't know what it's like. Or if you've ever been under fire, you don't know what it's like, and you ought to forget about it. All right, we're back on the show, and I think we're going to take our first break. Call the show, 364-4433 and get it off your chest.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778. Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
Sydney's at 707 North Pine in Rolla invites you in to enjoy their daily lunch specials. And coming up on February 14th and 15th, Sydney's will have a Valentine's special with 16-ounce prime rib and side, only $24.99 each. Or enjoy the AHA tuna loin with sides, only $24.99 per person. Call 426-3707 for reservations. It's recommended. Also, other specials available for the special night this Valentine's. Remember, it's 2 nights, February 14th and 15th. Sydney's 707 North Pine in Rolla. Don't miss the fun.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
All right, we're back on the show, and I'm here with Steve Wheeler, the radio owner, the radio station owner. You know what? You know how much I'm sweating here? This is tough.
I turned the heat down.
Did you? Good.
Yeah, you turned the heat up when you walked into the room, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
That's it.
All right, that'll do for this show. Anyways,
You're going to get her blushing here in a minute, Dave.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
think? She is.
I'm so
blushing.
shy.
Oh, she's so cute. And she's so petulant. Anyways, I don't know what that means. Oh, that's wrong. We're back on the show. We got Dr. Acmy coming up in about 5 minutes. And Steve's going to play one of the ones that we intended to play. We had a little mix up there. So as soon as you're ready, Steve, hit it.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I would never say in your case that you're fired, so I'll just say you're hired.
What? Hello? Mr. President, it wasn't my birthday, but call me back. Why'd you hang up?
Yeah.
I'm expecting to get a... You know how much work I do for you? Do you know how much work behind the scenes I do? I've got these congresswomen who are running for office, and they're going to support you. You don't know how much they're going to support you. It's going to be amazing. One of them's going to replace Nancy Pelosi. And you just hang up on me? Come on, man.
Come on.
And where's my job? I want to be the ambassador to Israel, all right? I want to help you do your peace plan out there. I don't understand.
Is there an online application for that?
You know, I don't think so. I think you have to talk to him personally.
Oh, okay.
I think he actually would hire somebody personally from that, and I'm sure after about 30 seconds, if he hasn't kicked me out, well, I've got a shot. You know? So, all right, we're back in the show. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And, you know, I was going to get into number 2 when JJ brought it up. You know, Trump came down that escalator. And I didn't even believe this. He came down June the 16th, 2015. Now, unless I'm screwed up, that's a little over 4.5 years ago. Isn't that right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like that. And very soon after he did that and declared that he was running for president, from then on, the mainstream media, the Dems, Intel, including the FBI, the DOJ, Department of Defense, the State Department, the Obama administration have been conspiring against Trump, against his friends, his campaign, his family, and they have directly destroyed some and hurt many. None of them ever thought for a moment that Trump had the guts to stand up to them. And he's standing tall, and they are just crazed to the extent to where they've shown what they are to the public. And he also called out Mueller, who I've been calling out for the last year and a half, 2 years. I always thought he was part of this, and now I'm pretty sure he is, and the president called him out yesterday. Hey there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Joe from Salem.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Got a question. Neighbor came by the other day and said we have a Virginia governor that...
Joe, you there? Joe?
Oh, I think we lost him.
I think we lost you, pal.
Yep. Try to call back. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Joe. Boom.
Well,
we had a governor or out there in Virginia.
Yeah.
Something about Virginia.
Northam. Yeah.
Trying to take
and
the guns away from
take
people.
away your guns. And,
all right.
After-term abortion, after the baby is born, abort the baby. They're crazy out there, you know. So they got all these red flags out there in Virginia, and, you know, they can come and say, somebody makes a complaint on you, they'll take your guns. They'll come to your door. So that's incredible.
Almost.
Right?
Well, we are about a minute away from our interview with Amy.
Okay.
So, Joe, if you want to try to call back, otherwise you might want to wait until after that.
I would say that's probably appropriate, and I'm going to give you a little signal when I want the song started, and that'll be shortly.
There you go.
Because she is always on time, and you wait, you watch. As I say that, you know this will be the time when something happens.
Well, Dave and I are both a little nervous, just to let the audience know,
Yeah.
I mean, he's never had to sit in with anybody who can say back to regular scheduled programming before, I think. And I've got him worried, folks. So, but that's not going to happen.
I've been around this business now for about. That could be her right there. I don't know.
It most likely is.
I don't think so. She's not going to be early. Go ahead. Hit it. Hey there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Joe again?
I can't get you, my friend. Go walk into your neighbor's house and get their phone and call me back. But call me back in about 15 minutes, okay? All right, why don't we hit Dr. Amy's song there? All right, thanks. Now I'm going to be abetting him. This is not good.
Busted for Latin Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained.
Is my mic on?
And rode us
Yes,
all the way
it is.
to New Orleans.
Everybody out there in Radio Land can say yes, Dave. It's on.
Behind the scenes, guys. What can I tell you?
Bandana. I was playing soft for Bobby sang the blues, yeah. Windshield wipers slapped in time, holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song the driver knew.
I think he's getting nervous now.
We should video this show.
We hope it's Amy. Join in anytime you want, Amy.
That's her. Oh, I never forget that laugh. No. Ladies and gentlemen, bad boss expert. Boy, do I need one right now.
We're flipping a coin, Amy, to see who's going to call who boss next. Okay?
Yeah. Bad boss expert. You can probably help us here. Motivational speaker.
Most definitely.
Best-selling author, pacer, mirror aficionado, and the shrink to me, the Dave Weinbaum Show. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim. Okay, that was the applause.
Oh, okay. See,
this is great.
First day,
First day, we're still training the rookie here,
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Amy, how are you?
And that is.
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Seems that a lot of people who do evil hide behind their religion. We're getting a lot of that in politics. But without getting political, can you comment on why they do that?
Sure. I think
God
that
forbid I should ever want you to say anything about politics.
I will not speak about politics. You know that. Although I was glued to my TV, but yeah, we'll leave that.
We'll leave
but
that
anyway,
to your worst half.
Yes, I'll leave that up to my better half to talk about.
Sweet?
But people oftentimes like to pass the buck. They like to have something else they can say, this is the reason I feel this way. This is the reason I do or behave in a way I do. So if it's a negative thing and we want to support our decision, then we can say, well, this, I'm following Scripture or I'm following the path of. But oftentimes, instead of taking full ownership, we want to say, I'm doing this because of something else. And actually, when we're able to take ownership for things that we do that are superb and for things that we do that are less than stellar, then we're actually able to be more mature and truly grow from experiences. But way back when, if we're talking about religion, even Adam and Eve, and Adam sinned and then passed it and said, "Oh, I didn't do it. I did it because Eve told me to." And so that concept has been from the beginning of time. And so we do so very regularly, I think. And I see it every day. If I talk to a client and he's supporting his choice because so-and-so made him do it. And it may not be as clear as that, but that's a lot of times what we opt to do because we don't want to own up to what we've done or say, you know what, hey, I did this because I'm upset, or I did this because I don't like you. We don't say that. Instead, we hide it behind something else.
So how do you know Adam was lying?
I don't think it's necessarily a lie. I think sometimes we actually really believe in our gut that we're doing something in the right way. We're following perhaps even blindly and behaving in a way that may not be ideal. But sometimes we just follow the pack.
I want to know, are you pacing up and down? Do you still do that?
You know what? Yes, I am.
Do you do this? Why do you pace? Tell me again. I don't understand.
I like to talk and walk.
Okay.
I find it to be, I get my ideas out more clearly. If I stand, straight in a row, then I think that energy is.
We ought to get a, what do you call it? A walking thing, a treadmill here. Maybe she's got a point. Maybe we can exercise and do the show here. What do you think?
You're going to do your show
there you go.
on
a treadmill.
Start walking, right. What do you think?
No.
But why not?
You lose your balance. It's too much.
I would probably fall off a treadmill.
Words right out of my mouth. That's an insurance liability on my part,
Oh, you think I'd ever sue you? No way.
I can't pick you up with one arm.
All right. Okay, well, we'll go on to the next question. I think you did a great job with that one. So you're in a setting where booze is being served, and you don't feel like drinking. What do you do?
It's, again, the simple thing to do would just be to say, hey, I don't feel like having a drink tonight. But when doing so, it might make that person appear weak or perhaps have other questions asked. And so there are a couple of things that we can do. One thing is to ask the bartender to give a drink in an alcoholic beverage glass, but just put something in it that isn't. So I'll just have a club soda, please, but please put it in this glass. So that's an easy thing to do. Otherwise, you can even have that drink and hold it, but not drink. I don't know if I've told you this ever, Dave, but
You got a problem with drinking?
cheap date.
No, I don't believe that.
I am such a cheap date. You give me one drink, and I'm saying things.
Wait, I don't know if we should reveal this on radio here like this, okay? You haven't been drinking this morning, have you?
It is really true. My friends love when I go to a social event, like a wedding, a bar mitzvah, and if I have that one alcoholic beverage, I am super fun. Like a whole different side of me. And I love it too, but I cannot do so in a business environment. So personally, what I do is I'll hold that glass of wine, but I won't drink it. I can't have a sip, because if I do, I wouldn't be able to drive home.
Just a zip? Does a zip? Now,
I could if I waited a few hours, but I don't want to say something I shouldn't say.
So if you have a zip, are you guzzling it down right after that, or going for the bottle and guzzling that down too?
I have one drink, and I am super happy. I love it's
What's
great,
wrong with
but
that?
I don't. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling, but I really need to make sure somebody else can drive me home. Yeah.
Well, it sure makes Nancy Pelosi seem a little bit drunk. Oh, I did it. I did the politics thing. I'm sorry.
No, don't.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. Who said, quote, "Let's give to those who are less fortunate and make the world a better place." Now, who said that? Did you say that? Oh, that's amazing. I can't believe I guessed that.
I did.
Can you narrow that down a bit? Can you narrow that down a bit? Do you just wildly go around throwing your money away? Because if that's so,
I think it depends. I
have a car I want to buy, and I'll be right over.
No, there's just so many opportunities where we can do for others, and it doesn't have to be with the need of getting anything back in return, just because it's the right thing to do. I was reminded of a story of my now 13-year-old when she was probably, 7 or 8. We don't generally buy candy just to have. We do sometimes, but she had a great day at school, and she said, can we go to the drugstore and get a Kit Kat? And I said, yeah, I guess so, sure. And we went to to CVS, and she bought not just the Kit Kat, but like one of those jumbo ones. And you could see her salivating. She was so happy to have this Kit Kat. And we walked outside of the drugstore, and there was a homeless person standing there. And he looked at us, and she looked at me, and I nodded, and she handed him the Kit Kat.
Oh.
And there was something very special there, because she gave something that she was wanting and needing. And as a young kid, obviously we, thank God, have food at home, and she would be fine. But there was something very special in that moment. And when we're able to give something that we want, but we know somebody else would need more, I think it's just very important, and I wish we saw more of that, and we applauded more of that.
Now, this brings me to my next quote. Who said, "Give a man a fish, and he eats all day. Teach a man to fish, and he eats for a lifetime"?
Well, I wrote that, but that is definitely not my quote. I believe that it was actually originated.
God, who knows?
No,
Same
you know who wrote that?
right?
I think it's attributed to a great scholar, Maimonides. And yeah, it's a powerful message.
By
because
giving that man a Kit Kat, do you really think you helped him? I'm serious.
What if he didn't like sweets?
I'm serious.
I'm sure he enjoyed it, but no, I understand where you're going with that.
Yeah.
But to me, the idea is, of course, if we can teach people how to do something instead of doing it for them, then ultimately they'll be able to, rule their destiny.
Okay, I don't know about that. Anyways.
Oh, come on! Isn't it important to give skills?
Okay.
How about those entitled kids nowadays who are given everything and they don't learn how to work and they don't learn how to use their hands to get something done?
I agree with that, but you got to help a person. I don't know. I give a lot of money away, but it's for a cause. It's for a reason. It's for something that can build up a person and not tear them and not put them back in the same box they're in.
Oh,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear that, and I think we should. But that's about giving skill. I think it's teaching them and giving people the ability to do on their own. And so that expression literally means instead of just giving a fish, let me take that time and teach that person how to do it. So the next day, that person isn't coming to me asking for a fish.
Okay, one more quote. Who said, cheer somebody up by smiling? That may be the only smile they receive all day.
You know, I definitely said that too. I find that people oftentimes mirror back what we do. So if we smile, then they may smile back at us. But further, that might be the only good thing that they see during the day. You never know what other people are experiencing until you actually have a dialogue with them, or maybe never will know why they're upset or why they're grumpy or angry. But saying hello and greeting someone with a smile can never hurt.
Well, as you know, I have a different take on that because I smile in the mirror each morning because it's the only one I get back all day. Okay? I mean, he's laughing at me. He's not laughing with me. I want you to know that. Okay, Dr. Amy, where can people find you? Besides DaveWeinbaum.net.
Of course, at CooperStrategicGroup.com or AmyCooperHakim.com. My book, Working with Difficult People, is sold anywhere books are sold. It's also an ebook and audio format. And I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Cooper Hakim.
Husband, I want you to have this bracelet. It belonged to my grandmother. Wife, why does it say, do not resuscitate? Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim, thank you so much. Say hello to your, and he is your worst half. Come on, stop it. Now I was giving you the applause.
I will say hi.
Okay, wonderbar. All right, that's great.
Better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. All right, thank you, Dr. Amy.
Thank
Shabbat
you.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right, we're back at the Dave Weinbaum Show, and I hate to ask you if you've got anything ready for me, but I will anyways. You got 27?
I can get it. Yeah, I
All
actually had break one lined up here. I didn't know if you wanted to grow into that yet or not.
We will.
All right. So 27 is actually 28, right? Because we're dropping down.
Hey, what do you got?
I got Sicilian moment.
Okay, well, let's do that. Yeah, all right, let's do that again. Hope it's not the same one.
No, different. Different one there, Dave. At least I can do that.
Okay,
correct.
let's do that.
All right, let's hit it.
Who doesn't love the Godfather saga?
I claimed a hill of beans, but it didn't make a difference. Forget about it.
Well, sometimes you climb and you don't get where you're going. Other times you sink in, nobody ever sees you again, especially if it's a bean field. It's one of our favorite places to, take our customers, our clients. So, better you forget about it, right? Just forget about it, okay? And you know what? I think we're going to take a break here right now. That's our first break, right? Okay. Number 2. All right, let's take a break.
Second break.
Yeah, second break. You said first break, didn't you?
No, you said first break.
I did? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just repeating what you said.
Okay, I would never go against what you said. Not. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this?
If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit our website at forumdental.com.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Windows 7 will go end of life on January 14th, 2020 and become a liability to users. Computers running this unsupported operating system will become vulnerable to data breaches, ransomware, and other security threats. This fraud can cause major inconveniences and recovery costs, along with legal and regulatory liabilities. Call A1 Tech-A-Rala LLC at 573-458-9175 before it's too late, and your transition to a supported system will be made easy. 573-458-9175.
Republicans run things, Democrats ruin them. The difference is one letter, which stands for impeachment. So once again, the losers return to their hallucinations. The snakes on the wall, they're real if you're Adam Schiff, because now Trump could offer Alaska to the Russians.
Trump could offer Alaska to the Russians in exchange for support in the next election.
Damn, Adam's so nutty, he farts trail mix. But hey, it beats moving to Mar-a-Lago.
Or decide to move to Mar-a-Lago permanently and let Jared Kushner run the country.
So why cling to these crazy predictions? Because they don't exist, which means you can't disprove them. And the response will always be, well, you just wait. They're like imaginary mice and Schiff's the crazy coot on the table screaming. But those mad ravings had us waiting for the stock market crash, a tyranny, World War III, IV, and V, all paranoid nightmares that never came. Instead, all we got were stock market highs, trade deals, dead terrorists, and jobs.
So, Jenny, could he actually win?
No freaking way!
He will be tempted to run, be predictably shellacked.
Do not tell me that Donald Trump is in this to win this, okay? He's a sideshow.
This is going to turn a three-ring circus into a freak show.
He's not running for president. He's running for Keep Me Famous.
I thought this was maybe some strategy for a new reality show.
How should Republicans handle Donald Trump?
Ignore him.
And Donald Trump is not going to be the nominee of this party.
All right, back on the show. And I'm just now getting to contact Cheryl Chumley, who will be calling up very shortly.
10 minutes?
I give her 13 minutes.
13? Okay.
Yeah. What is it? No, I can't see anymore. So I'm going to give it like 11 minutes.
All right.
How's that?
That's good. I mean, she usually comes on right at the top of the hour. So
yeah.
We'll see how timely she is today. There you go.
Okay. Well, they give them these little prodding. Now, Dr. Amy doesn't need anything like that.
Right.
She's great. So we're feeling our way through today.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and Steve is a very bright guy, and so it's not gonna take long before we're clicking like an old married couple, which pretty soon we'll be yelling and screaming at each other. But what the hell? All right, we'll have fun doing it, though.
Like an old married couple.
Well, we'll have to. Yeah, my wife is sitting here.
Well, but you're not.
And
You're
she
not.
says,
You're
"Who are you
not.
calling
You're not.
old?"
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not an old married couple. You're a newly married
Well,
couple.
I'm an old man married to a young, beautiful woman.
Okay, sounds like a personal problem to me. But
Well, yeah,
nevertheless.
there you go. It sounds like an ego problem, doesn't it? Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Who could ever think that I
Come
have
on
an
now.
ego problem?
Not you.
I have no idea who. Call the show, 573-364-4433. We got a lot of time to talk, for goodness sakes. And so we're back here, and the FBI's Ray says he's going to investigate those who falsified the FISA apps. Now, don't you think that we're way past that, Mr. Head of the FBI? These are people who intentionally messed around with a FISA applicant system to fool the judges to giving a warrant on innocent people who had their lives destroyed. Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, and tried to take down a president with that. And you're just going to have them give him a pat on the wrist? That's outrageous. That's not justice. That's not the justice they got. It's not the justice that General Flynn got. It's time you guys got with the program and did exactly what you're doing to other people with similar crimes or similar accusations. If you're going to take care of business, you better take care of the justice business, because soon we're going to come after you. We know the frauds that you are now. We didn't know that. We all thought, it's the FBI. It's the DOJ. Oh, man, they're so honest there. They wouldn't do anything like that. Well, when in our history have we ever had two FBI directors who have been advised to be prosecuted by an Obama-appointed Inspector General, Michael Horowitz? When have we ever had that in our history? Now, maybe Ed J. Edgar Hoover, if anybody had any guts, would have done that to him because he was corrupt. There's no doubt about that. But we have discovered, and they have pretty much confessed. Well, they said they're just stupid, right? Can you believe that they're stupid? That they didn't know how to write a FISA report? That they didn't know that the dossier was not verified? That it was a phony one? I don't think so. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. And you got anything for me, Steve?
I do.
Hit it.
Remarks to all of the Trump haters, all of the Hillary Clinton supporters, all of the people that said that my Trump was going to lose. So I say to you this morning, the day after the election,
oh my gosh. Who's not laughing out there? I guess Nancy Pelosi ain't laughing, but there you go. You like Steve like that. Who's the applause for, him or me?
Both of you.
That's so nice. That's so sweet.
President,
I think we should take another break before our next guest, if you can find that, and just let me know when you do.
All right.
And make sure the thing is attached, if you don't mind.
Oh, the whole commercial break? Can we do that one before and go into a commercial break? Would work better.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about we're going to hit break number 3.
Yeah.
With another Trump montage. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
All
Get
right.
it?
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
So when you stand and deliver that State of the Union address, in no part of your mind or brain can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
He will never be president of the United States.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on to
Sorry to laugh.
Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones, right now, Donald Trump.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Reality check number 31. New cars can go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Why can't new car loans move like that? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We may look like typical bankers, but when it comes to car loans, we're downright speed demons. We approve loans in record time, so you can get that new baby on the road ASAP. And by the way, you really do look good in that new ride. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
Sydney's at 707 North Pine in Rolla invites you in to enjoy their daily lunch specials. And coming up on February 14th and 15th, Sydney's will have a Valentine's special with 16-ounce prime rib and side, only $24.99 each. Or enjoy the AHA tuna loin with sides, only $24.99 per person. Call 426-3707 for reservations. It's recommended. Also, other specials available for the special night this Valentine's. Remember, it's 2 nights, February 14th and 15th. Sydney's 707 North Pine in Rolla. Don't miss the fun.
All right. Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page. You know, today's fun. Yeah. I mean, let's face it. This is a day to celebrate. That's what Trump did yesterday.
Yep.
You know, they put him through this hell for the last, really, 4.5 years. Hell. Utter, total hell. They put his family through it, his friends. People that wanted to help him, people that just wanted to go to Washington and serve their country. They put him through hell. And yesterday and the day before, and when he was acquitted and they did his speech, I mean, that was celebratory. That was something. That's a big, big victory. And it's a big, big victory for what? It's a big victory for the United States of America.
That's right.
Because this man, under his leadership, has done things that have never been done before, and he's done it in a lot of different areas. You look at your foreign policy where he was laughed at. You know, he couldn't find Ukraine if you gave him the U and showed him a picture of a crane. That kind of thing. Well, he did exactly the right thing he should have done. As the president, you're supposed to make sure that our taxpayer dollars do not go for corrupt purposes, that it doesn't go straight to some oligarch's back pocket or some schmuck who happened to be vice president's son. Okay, and for nothing. Why would our tax dollars go to Hunter Biden? Why is that good for anybody? I don't care if he announced he was running 5 years ago. It doesn't matter. Okay, you don't think if one of Trump's sons were working there that this would be taken up by the Democratic House, and they'd have good cause.
Exactly. So my question is, what's happened to these Democrats who have caused all this trouble and accused him of all this? Why aren't they being charged with obstruction of government and different things like that?
Well, that I believe they're under investigation right now. If they find, as I suspect they will, if they find that this is going on, then they're going to do it. So, all right, we got our next caller, and do we have a song, sir? There we go. There we go.
Time after time, I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share and kicked in my
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Come on, Cheryl, sing along. We are the champions.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Cheryl, come on. It's not going to happen. I guess
not going to happen, Dave.
I guess she wants me to double her pay or something, Gets nothing to do with this.
Now, Stan had a good voice. He could sing with you.
Stan
The
did
rest
have
of
a good
us,
voice, yeah.
Stan can sing.
There you go.
He can.
No, sorry.
Stick away. But
All right. All right, well, we'll start off, even though you don't want to sing. Okay, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this lady is the head of the Washington Times Online as the editor. She's an author, speaker, Novak Journalism Fellow, and the media goddess to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Cheryl Chumley. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Come on. We hired a bunch of people to applaud. Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay, well, they heard that one. Maybe in D.C., I don't know. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Are you in a celebratory mood like I am right now?
I am. It's been a good week.
Oh, my goodness. I really don't want to waste a lot of time on Romney, but why didn't he call on Obama to be impeached when he told President Medvedev on that hot mic that he would withhold actions until he was elected and he'd have more free time to do it? And then he asked him to tell Putin. Isn't that a quid pro quo to affect an election?
It's not a quid pro quo when Democrats do it or when Republicans who behave like Democrats do it. So Romney falls into category B, right? I mean, Romney had to make a statement. He had to come out swinging against Trump because Romney hates Trump. And really, I'm not surprised at his vote. It reminds me of John McCain days.
Yeah, okay. No, I get that. So he's so petulant that he would hurt the country just to get a little hit in on a guy who they don't like each other, right? Which is McCain, generally.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
If there was any steam at all behind these articles of impeachment, I could see the wavering of principles, during the vote, but there wasn't. It was clear-cut, and Romney, to me, just came across as petty.
Did you hear what Pence said about Nancy ripping up Trump's speech? That he wasn't sure if it was the speech or the Constitution? Wasn't that an amazing thing to say?
Yeah, it sure was, and he hit the nail on the head when he said that. I mean, that's basically what it was. It was a show of disdain, not just for Trump, but for the whole country, for not just Trump supporters, but, a speech that's supposed to be unifying for the nation. And Nancy Pelosi couldn't contain herself. She behaved like a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Well, we're only a year off because I gave her the credit of being a 3-year-old. So, I just couldn't believe. I mean, even Brett Baer. Remember, I didn't see it, but Brett Baer says he's doing the Fox analysis of it, and it just ended, and they're talking, and Brett Baer says, "Wait a minute, did I see the right thing? Did I see what she just did? Did Nancy Pelosi just tear apart the speech? I mean, nobody believed it." And she couldn't do it. Yeah, she did it. Do you know she actually cut it a little bit? As she was reaching under the table there, she was actually starting it so it would rip easier.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up, that if you haven't seen the video where she actually, a few seconds before she made that dramatic ripping movement, she actually pulled the papers underneath the table and started the rip. So I guess she could make it easier.
Yeah.
It's one thing if this was an impassioned show of, pro-America type of, activism, but this was planned. This was just a planned circus show, and Pelosi is petty. She's as petty as Romney, for crying out loud.
I don't know which is worse, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Romney didn't try to overturn our government to get rid of this president, and Nancy Pelosi and her group there did. And they tried to overthrow the courts because they wouldn't admit that Trump had the right to go and challenge people being called from his cabinet, and they tried to overturn the House rules by not giving him due process, and then they tried to overtake the Senate.
Yeah, it's a race to the bottom. It's a competition, and then add in Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler. I mean, it just sounds like a great Twitter poll, doesn't it? Which is the worst?
Yeah, my Twitter polls are going crazy with that. I mean, I've been sending some out. I mean, thousands and thousands of people are answering it.
Whatever happened to being able to face your accuser?
Yeah, well, there you go. Where's the whistleblower?
Exactly.
Democrats are in control of the House. Don't be silly.
See, the whistleblower wasn't relevant. See, what they're saying is the whistleblower wasn't relevant. All right? He started the whole thing, but he wasn't relevant, you see. Neither was Hunter Biden.
Adam Schiff went on national TV and promised that the whistleblower would come forward.
Yeah, of course. And that he didn't know the whistleblower. And then they found out that, maybe that wasn't true. At least his staffers knew the whistleblower.
Was there really a whistleblower at all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And his name is out now.
Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is the whistleblower.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey,
you seem pretty confident on that, Cheryl.
Right after the speech, you have the breakfast, the prayer breakfast. What did the National Prayer Breakfast reveal about the left?
Yeah, well, I was there, and it was a great event. It was my first time attending, and the left loves to use the Bible to talk about love and tolerance and so forth, as if that means the same as turning a blind eye toward evil. So, the speaker there, Arthur Brooks, he was pretty good. He was actually making good points that we all need to come together and not show contempt for one another. But then the left comes in and they take that principle, that truth, and they skew it to mean as if you are against the Democrats in any way, against their deceptions and lies, then that means you're not showing love for them. And that's just exploiting the Bible for partisan political purposes.
Yeah, you got that. Hey,
it really is.
Are we not used to the semi-porn of Super Bowl halftime shows to the point that we should prevent our kids from watching it, watching the sexual innuendo dances?
Look, I was watching the Super Bowl, and my 13-year-old daughter was in the room. And when the halftime show started, I asked her to leave the room, and then my older son turned it. So I the next day went back and watched this, and I was disgusted. This is supposed to be family-friendly entertainment, and it's one thing if you're a performer who does that and makes your living off of doing that. But when you're performing at the Super Bowl, you need to keep in mind that all viewers are watching, not just certain ages. Young children are too, and there are those among us in the nation who care about morals and the culture and so forth. And that halftime just went above and beyond.
Can they give them ratings like R or X-rated or something like that? I don't know what to do. I mean, if you got to do what you did is get your kid out of the room because they're going to do that every year.
Yeah, but why have it at the Super Bowl? Why? It just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. This is just the left's infiltration of our culture. That's all it is.
Yeah, you take a look at any television show nowadays, too, and it's just it's very hard to watch some of these sitcoms and the things that they're throwing into them as, quote-unquote, a normal family.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
It's true.
And they call it PG. They really do.
Right. But, do you monitor? Parents have to monitor everything a kid does because they can go on the computer and find stuff that's much worse than what's on the Super Bowl. I mean, the kids need monitoring. Let's face it.
But why have it thrown in your face at the Super Bowl?
I don't know, because it sells.
Really?
Yeah. I think
she turned it off. I turned it off. Did it really sell that well?
Yeah, look at the ratings. Okay, but you mentioned that. Look at the ratings.
Right.
All right. Somebody tell me that this was bad for ratings.
Sounds like the only thing they were missing was a poll.
They had a poll.
I had the poll.
They had the poll.
And the men in bondage were right below the poll.
I can't believe that you didn't see the poll.
I did. I turned it off.
Oh my gosh!
I watched like 10 seconds of it.
Oh my goodness. But it was a great game, anyways. Okay, so.
You know what, though? I got to add a point real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
That rated G sells as well. You know, so that line about the sex sells and rated R sells, it's not only, it doesn't always hold true, because family friendly and, basic
I would
polls
agree.
sell as well.
I would agree. And I would say that they probably shouldn't do it. But I'm not as offended as some people are. I mean, I'm just not as offended, all right? I'm
offended, enough.
I understand why you're offended, too. You're what?
I'm offended enough for the both of us.
Okay, well, that's often a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey, how do Republicans fight back? Should they have a constitutional amendment redefining impeachment? And do they, if the Republicans are in the same situation with a Democrat president, do they do what the Democrats did to them?
I'm going to say no to both those questions. Republicans and conservatives, if you want to stand by the Constitution, if you want to have a democratic republic that actually lasts, you can't go low all the time on important matters like constitutional matters of impeachment, for crying out loud, just to prove a point, just to make political points. I understand the temptation, but I just think that on some issues, you can't go tit for tat. You have to stand strong on principle, and this is one of them.
My principle is to, if a guy's going to pull a knife on me or something like that, I'm going to come back with something bigger. And maybe if we both survive this, maybe then we can make a rule about not being able to do that. I'm saying they use that as a weapon. So there's a weapon out there now. And it's not our fault that it happened, but I think they need a taste of that, and then you go in and do something to fix it. And there's got to be a constitutional amendment to it.
If we get in the habit of bringing forth, every time there's a new president that goes against that's on the opposite political side, if we get in the habit of trying for impeachment for each of them, this country is just going to crumble all the faster. I think voters are aware of the disgusting tactics of the left, and I think on impeachment it's going to be a backlash for the left come November, and I hope that puts an end to this.
Well, it's sort of like those ratings we were talking about. Let's see if people don't like the X-rated government that we've got right now.
Exactly.
And let's see if they vote those people out.
Well, what a great segue, Dave. Very good.
Wasn't it? Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Very clever.
And we're going to end on that. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
At Twitter, at CK Chumley, or on my website, CherylChumley.com.
Cheryl, I used to hunt wild pigs, but I found it very boring. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl Chumley, thank you so much for being the media goddess of the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum. Oh, do I have a call?
Yeah.
Hi there.
Go ahead.
Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Brian from Salem.
Hey, Brian,
I can barely hear you.
Huh?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Not very well. It's a real bad echo.
It's a bad echo?
No, it's better now.
Oh, good. Okay.
So,
all right.
Yes, I wanted to talk about Nancy Pelosi's actions up there behind the president during that speech.
Yeah.
I really kind of wonder if she's mentally all there. She maybe has like dementia or something of that nature, on top of her just straight up and down political nastiness. So,
well, you're talking about now, Brian. You're a very religious guy. You're talking about a very religious lady who prays a lot, and she prays.
You know what? She's praying to the devil.
President.
I wanted to say that, Brian. I did. I wanted to say that, but I'm glad you did.
Well, she is.
I don't know. There looks like I would agree. There looks like there's something is really wrong with her.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, her decorum level is worse than, say, there was this bratty high school kid in some kind of a lecture poking and jabbing at the next one next to him and making faces and rolling their eyes and all this stuff. That is, even in high school, that's not really looked up to too well.
Yeah, but she's the Speaker of the House. She's the third from the presidency. That means to her that she can do whatever the hell she wants. Okay?
Well, you know what it means to me is she needs to start showing the respect to do that office.
Well, she needs to go. And we
got
a gal coming up very soon.
Right.
DeAnna Lorraine, who's running against her, and I think I've been doing stuff on the internet for her, and she's catching fire. I'm telling you, I got about 20,000 retweets on a couple of different posts that I've had that people are looking for somebody to replace her.
Yep.
Anything would be better.
For her, huh?
Anything would be better than Nancy Pelosi. That woman is.
Listen, DeAnna Lorraine would be a lot better than anything. Besides which, she's a conservative. She's smart, and she's she's close to what Trump wants. In fact, Trump ought to help her out. And I think he might.
I think another thing we should look at too here is, what do you do with all this stuff they've done to Trump? You know, if I were to accuse you of some kind of crime that turns out to be totally made up and false, you can come at me and sue me for something, I think they call it filing a false report or something like that, and I can get in a lot of trouble. And I think Trump's people need to go after Nancy Pelosi and her gang personally.
Yeah. Well, Steve agrees with you, and I'm going to tell you why this. Even Trump says, I go to my lawyers, and I tell them I want to sue her. This says she is tearing into my reputation. She's tearing into my kids, and blah, blah.
Defamation of character.
His lawyers tell him you can't do it. It's political. His lawyers told me. He said so yesterday, I believe. So if you're in office,
defamation of character means nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, now, okay, let's divide two things here. I understand that.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, that it ought to be that way. That these people should go there and have to go under oath when they get up on the gall darn podium, or if they go into where they're questioning somebody. And they're making statements that are out of school, that are calling somebody a crook, a liar, a jerk, whatever. They ought to be under oath. I would agree.
And they need to be investigated thoroughly and completely until they find out what's going on.
I think they're doing that right
Good.
now.
I hope they go to jail.
Well,
that's where they need to go.
I would agree.
My question is, how come there's not warrants out for their arrests already?
It's coming. It's coming. And,
I hope so.
By the time they get this done, if they're doing it right, we're gonna need a bigger jail. I'm gonna tell you, there's going to be absolutely no room for these people.
Hopefully it won't be the entire state of California, Dave.
Well, if we would put to death all the murderers and rapists in jail, then we would have room for the politicians.
All right, we're going to leave on that note. Thank you, Brian, for being a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show. Thank you so much. All right, you have a great weekend.
See you later.
Friend. Bye-bye.
There you go.
All right. Well, you're doing a good job, man. You're nailing it.
Come on.
Okay, so I'm getting messages. Let's see. Randy Radio. Sound stopped about 10 a.m.
Don't know. I have to check it. Let's do a break.
All right, we'll do a break right now. Call the show. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community born, community raised, community serving.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
J.T. Colton was a steak-loving man, and his tradition of serving up the finest mesquite grilled steaks east of El Paso lives on today at Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. But lots of folks say it's our fun, casual, throw your peanut shells on the floor attitude that keeps them coming back again and again. Either way, we're determined to keep you happy and to make J.T. proud. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
We've got all the news right here.
Hold up. Stop. I know you're out there about to settle on a donut and drive around all sticky-handed, raspberry jelly all over your sensible blouse. Well, this is an intervention, a chicken intervention. Because McChicken biscuits and Chicken McGriddles are now at McDonald's, freshly prepared and available nationwide. So just make that turn, hit the drive-thru, save your favorite blouse, and change your life for breakfast at participating McDonald's for a limited time. It's time to wake up breakfast.
There's a sweetheart of a deal all month long at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Right now, save up to $9,510 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71, or choose 0% APR for 72 months on Silverados, including 2020s, plus $1,000 bonus earnings for eligible GM cardholders. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050. Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
And so, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? But come on, buddy. All, let's say, cow poo-poo aside, there is zero chance we'll be seeing you being sworn in on the Capitol steps with your hand on a giant golden Bible.
I'll make a prediction, though, for you. I don't really get into predictions much, but this one I'll go way out on a limb. Donald Trump will never, ever be president of the United States. That Trump should not be in this race. He's an absurdity. He is a travesty.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
Donald Trump is the here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States.
Isn't that wonderful? Who are you pointing at?
I'm thinking yesterday when we were talking about this.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, how many times do they got to pull their foot out of their mouth at this point?
But this is before the election, though.
I know that.
Right.
I know that.
So you got to do this every once in a while. Because I get really depressed when you see them trying to tear this guy up. I mean, what can I do about it except, my big mouth here on the radio? I can't do anything. I can do social media, I can do the radio, and that's all I can. And other people who are out there, you can do social media. You can talk to your friends and your crazy relatives. And I say, you don't want to get into an argument with anybody. Well, the hell with that. I mean, you gotta accept some responsibility for the fate of this country if you like the country. If you don't like the country, there's a lot of other countries to move to.
Exactly.
And if it was so great to live in other countries, then why would everybody want to live here? You can't let people destroy this country, in my opinion. All right? So, we got, who's coming up? Let's see. I know, we got...
You got the Rabbi at 10:30.
The Rabbi about 10:30, yes.
Take this caller?
Oh, yes, please. Yes. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Eric calling from Rolla.
Hey, Eric, what's up, man?
Hey, I was just watching Fox News. The guy from the National Security something or other that testified against Trump, they were walking him out of the building with armed guards.
Ooh. Who's this now?
I can't remember his name. I was leaving the house, so I had to go run up to the store.
We'll have to Google it real quick.
Honey, look on
the guy
George.
that testified against Trump that thought his phone call was suspicious. And he, military guy that testified against Trump, he's part of the National Security.
Whoa. You're talking about Vinkman? Is that who it be?
Yeah.
Vinkman?
I believe that's him. Yeah, I believe that's him. They walked him out of the office.
Oh, my goodness. Is that great? I was just thinking about that. Walking Nancy Pelosi should be in handcuffs. You should be following them there. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, thank you, Eric. I appreciate the updates. You guys got any more updates, give me a call. All right? Yep. 573, am I on? 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest, for goodness sakes. All right, so we got coming up the Rabbi. Actually, we could do them anytime, but let's wait at least until 10:30.
Okay.
Because I think we just mentioned that, so we might as well. While I'm here, though, I want to mention a few people who really helped this show. They push the show on social media and ignore probably their busy schedules because of that. We've got Geary, Liz, Nana, Mindy, Dallas, Irish Eileen from Chicago, Chad from here in Rolla, Jeff Pia from India, no less, Ed's girl, Elena, Brexit London, Lorena, Killebrew, Linda, Bama Jeans, Bama Perry, and Bama Girl. Candy, Kathy, Dan, Baby Girl, Juhadi, Super Dave, Ripley, USA Veteran, and Norm, BP Pope, and I'll stop there, and if there's a caller, I will take the call. Hold on. All righty. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Are you aware, Mr. Weinbaum, that Kentucky and Nebraska both have red flag laws and assault weapons banned in their state legislatures currently, and Michael Bloomberg, the godfather of gun control, is the one that's paying for them?
I wouldn't doubt it. He's very anti-gun. He wants to raise everybody's taxes. I mean, what is this guy offering to us? But what he's done. And I'm going to get into this with my next couple of bits. I want you to.
The communist straight up and down, and people better be aware that communism is alive.
I agree with you. I want you to listen to my next.
George Soros and the whole lot of them.
I agree.
Need to stay out of politics.
Listen to my next couple of bits. They got the Steve Bannon on Maria Bartiromo, and if you're ready, Steve, why don't you go ahead and hit those?
The DNC now changing the rules so that Michael Bloomberg could be on the debate stage. Bernie is leading in Iowa. What's your take?
Well, let's talk about what happened over the last 48 hours. President Trump always says it's a rigged game. The most important thing that comes out in the last week of Iowa is the Des Moines Register poll. It didn't publish. And the reason it didn't publish is that it had some technical problem. I guarantee you, when they get to the bottom of this, and that comes out in a couple days after the caucuses, Bernie would have been up a couple of points. Okay, they're trying to stiff Bernie because the centrists there are in a panic mode, and so the whole thing is rigged. And the Democrats, and particularly the Bernie Sanders supporters, should understand you're playing in a rigged game. Michael Bloomberg, who really now you're seeing an oligarch come in here, an oligarch that's committed $2 billion, not to make himself president, $2 billion just to defeat Donald Trump. And here's the thing.
You don't think he wants to be president?
I think, but look, he knows he's not going to beat Donald Trump. He knows he's not going to win the nomination.
You said he wants to be something else.
He's basically doing a leverage buyout of the Democratic Party to control the Democratic Party, to select who their candidate's going to be, and use his capital, and organization and technology to defeat Trump. And that's why this is very dangerous. Now you're seeing an oligarch actually step over, has no chance at all to actually defeat Trump as a presidential candidate, do something that's much more dangerous to this republic. That's why it's got to be followed, and it's serious. Remember, he can apply capital like nobody else. He's worth over $70 billion now.
Wow.
So he can put this to work. But
money matters.
Here's the point about the actions. There's no personality out there that can beat Trump, and there's no set of policies. The policies are so radical. Trump's policies have blue-collar people outperforming white-collar, finally, as far as wage growth goes. This is a striver's economy built by Donald Trump with his tax cuts and particularly his deregulation. He's now got the nation hitting on all cylinders in a troubled world economy, And this is why Bloomberg, Nancy, remember, he would never have been impeached if Bloomberg hadn't given Nancy Pelosi $100 million for her candidates.
The most
$100 million.
The most amazing economy in our history. The best performance by a president at any time. And we're pretty much in peace. He's got terrorists on the run. They just killed another terrorist.
Good.
Last night. All right? And, we're getting maybe, Eric called and said the guy that was testifying against Trump, they're leading him out with handcuffs? Whoa!
Armed guards.
Armed guards? Oh, man. All right. Did you see any information on Drudge, honey?
Nothing. Or Fox either.
I have my reporter here, my wife, Lisa.
What's his name again?
Huh?
What was his name again?
I think it was Vinkman.
Vinkman.
Vinkman. I think.
Okay.
It may not have been, all right? Could have been Brinkman for all that matter. Could have been Wheeler. I don't know. What the hell?
Not helpful. Not helpful.
Weinbaum. Could have been Weinbaum. Vinkman, Weinbaum. You know my ancestry is the Ukraine.
Right.
Odessa, Russia. All right?
There you go.
And now, of all things, they've got you know how many comedians have come out of the Odessa area, Seinfeld, Rivers, tons of them have come out of there. And so who do they elect right now? Zelensky, a Jewish comedian, to be the president of the Ukraine. How about that? Who knew? All right, I think right now we're going to hear from Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. So if you're ready, listen up. This is a great interview, and we will reveal a lot of information about the Mideast deal. Hit it, please.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. Ladies and gentlemen, this man travels the world uniting Christians, Jews, and blacks. Official rabbi to Missouri in the Dave Weinbaum Show. Future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple Hotel, Golf Course, Casino, and Spa. Please give it up for Rabbi Moshe Rothchild. Whoa! Man, that's Saudi Arabia. You can hear it from Mecca.
Yeah.
Hi there. How are you, Rabbi?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Dave. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Hey, what do you think how God perceives Trump and Pelosi?
That's a funny question.
I want you to psychoanalyze God.
Yeah, right.
Be careful.
Oh, my gosh. I have to say, just living here in Israel and kind of watching the unfolding of everything going on there, it's on the one hand, it's very funny. On the other hand, it's very sad to see such childish behavior from Pelosi. I mean, we were stunned with what's going on. It's in a way it's entertaining, but on the other hand, it's very serious and it's really pathetic.
Well, I think they're going to try to censure her in the House. It's not going to work because the Democrats have the majority.
Right,
but
they control it.
I mean, she destroyed a government document. It's illegal. She's not above. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
where'd you hear you're not above the law?
Right, but even leaving aside for a moment the legal argument about destroying a government document, she destroyed the office of the House of the Speaker of the House. There's an unwritten rule for them to behave when they're sitting behind the president. I mean, just really, really childish. I mean, that's the only word I can think of.
Absolutely. Hey, Rabbi.
It's becoming like the Knesset.
Yeah, that bad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
it's sort of like it too, isn't it? Hey, the Sudan meeting between Netanyahu, and it's the first step for Sudan to remove the terrorist listing from the United States.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think this is fantastic. First of all, we had spoken about over the years, and also with the unfolding of the Trump peace plan, we're starting to see a lot of Arab countries, really coming on board and on side with Israel, and to see Sudan with the possibility of normalizing relations with Israel. I mean, that's incredible. For Sudan to be for the potential to be taken off the list of a state sponsor of terror. I mean, like I've said in the past, it's almost messianic to see these countries that are just coming around and one after the other, and it's just I hope this.
But they're also an African country, and mostly
Excuse me, they're also
black. Aren't they an African country?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're mostly a black country.
That's correct, and they're Muslims too.
Okay.
It's just I think it's a Muslim country, but when the Ethiopian Jews their lives were in danger in the 80s, they had to sneak through Sudan like undercover, and from Sudan they were able to meet the Israeli commandos who were waiting in ships off the coast of Sudan. There's a fascinating movie on Netflix called the Red Sea Diving Resort. The Israeli Mossad bought a diving resort in Sudan as a cover, and they brought all these Ethiopian Jews and they rescued them from that diving resort. So to see now Sudan,
and just so you don't get confused, the Ethiopian Jews are black.
That's right.
Hey, the Trump peace plan is contemplated to have a Palestinian governed country in an area that houses about 300,000 Arabs. It's called the Galilee Triangle. The problem is the Arabs in that area who are Israeli citizens prefer Israel to govern them. What's going on?
Yeah, they call it the triangle. I mean, it's really funny. There's been protests by Arab towns against the peace plan, not because they oppose Trump and all that, but because the peace plan says that they have to be under a Palestinian state, and they don't want to be under a Palestinian state. They want to be under Israel. And I've said this many times on air. The Palestinians I speak to, every single person says they would rather live under an Israeli government than a Palestinian one, because the Palestinian ones are completely corrupt.
Yes.
And under Israeli ones, they have freedoms, and it's predictable, dependable, rule of law. And so they don't want – the funny thing, though, is while they're protesting, they're waving Palestinian flags. The optics are not great, but I think the reason they do that is because they're afraid of the Palestinian authorities. Wow, they're like kind of burn the candle on both ends.
Talking about getting burned on both ends. Here's another thing. Because of the anti-Semitism at high birth rates in Israel, anti-Semitism around the world, Jews are filling the land of Israel, and if the Palestinians refuse or stall, this opportunity may pass like previous ones. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, I think it's a chess game, and I think we're in a really good position right now because the state of Israel has the opportunity to apply all the positive things from the Trump plan without having to make any of the concessions to the Palestinians because the Palestinians have rejected it. So we can therefore make unilateral moves like sovereignty over certain areas without having to create a Palestinian state. So I think this is a great chess move, and we've got them on the ropes right now. We're in a really good position. That's what I think.
Hey, Rabbi, Italy and Israel are getting ready to launch a joint space mission. The Italians are supplying the food. And if it isn't kosher, should Israelis give them a pizza of their mind? Are you jiggy with that?
There are kosher restaurants in Italy.
Rabbi, where other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute to you?
Yes, they can find me on my website, IsraelAlliance.org, IsraelAlliance.org, and we'd love to hear from you.
Rabbi, how do you know a fish is in school?
How do I know a fish is in school?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He has to take debate. He has to take debate. Rabbi Moshe Rothchild calling all the way from Israel, ladies and gentlemen, the Holy Land. Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom. How do you meet the kids?
Shabbat Shalom. You got it. Bye, Lisa. All the best. Take care, guys.
Will do. Bye-bye.
Why do I have to repeat it? Do I have to repeat this?
I'll go and say hi and bye to the rabbi and Yonit and the entire family in Israel.
Oh, great, honey, because they're
there.
not actually...
Now you don't have to repeat it.
Let me give you a newsflash.
No, I know that was not live.
On the line.
I know that's not live. I get that.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
Actually, we did that yesterday,
Thank you for your edification.
Because of the Sabbath.
Okay, now talk to the other people.
Oh yes, dear, right away. I'll get right on that. When did she start wearing the pants in the family? You know, she broke the arm. She's giving me orders all day, all night. Take me here, take me there. Come on, hurry up.
And I was wondering why you came in a dress today.
You guess I know. Stop that. Stop making fun of me. You know, I played in a golf
Sexy
tournament.
legs there, Dave.
I played in a golf tournament on Sunday. And everyone who was 70 and over got to play the red tees.
Ooh.
And there was three girls, me and two others. Apparently, I became a girl because we're playing for the same damn tees.
Oh.
And
so it was co-ed. So
we come up to one hole where they got the tee, and right in front of us is a tree, a tee and a tree. And I think all three of us hit it into the damn tree. And I was just stomping my high heels into the dirt right there because we were all in a hissy about it. And I went to Ken Densdale, and I said, what are you doing? What are you doing to us women? Anyways, all right.
See, I'm getting a visual of him in high heels.
That's why I'm wondering, where do you
on a golf tee?
Where do you keep those high heels?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them.
I actually stole them from you once, and I was wearing them for about a week. My
your big goat
my
feet,
ankles,
my shoes.
my ankles.
How does that work?
Well, my ankles were a little. They were like terribly hurt, and
your ankles are puffy anyway.
I broke a few bones, but I'll tell you what. I gathered a group of fabulous friends from that, just wearing them high heels.
Mm-hmm. Tisk.
You guys, what do you know from funny?
That's right.
What do you know from funny, all right? So we're back on the show, and I think you got something for me. Do you?
You bet.
All righty, hit it.
What has never been done scan the household pet's mind to translate his thoughts into words. Now, the subject today will be my own dog, Max. Max, speak.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Max. It's me, Max. I like Park and Leash, and I like Trump. He's my man. Donald Trump is our president. He carried the Electoral College fair and square.
This can't be right. Did you know your dog likes Trump?
He doesn't.
I absolutely do. Trump has issues, but one big change is better than business as usual. The Dow was up 2,700 points since he was elected. What's not to like?
I'm sorry, but you're just a dog. You don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Helen, but yes, I do. Stinking helmet. Can't believe you put this on me.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're supposed to be my best friend.
And as your friend, I don't want to see your tax dollars going to health care for illegals.
Explode. What about his record on women's rights? Don't you want me to have a choice over my own body?
You didn't afford me a choice when you cut off my balls.
You know, that never gets old. I mean, I do cringe a little bit every time they say that, though. This is that, ooh. You know?
Yeah, because that would hurt.
Yes. Even if you're wearing high heels, it'll hurt, you know? I don't care.
I think that would probably be appropriate then.
Hey, by the way, we got an update on the Vindman thing. Apparently, and I thought I wrote this down, but apparently I didn't. Apparently, Vindman... he has been moved from wherever he was in the State Department, I think, to the Pentagon. So I don't know whether it was. Can anybody really verify that it was brought out in handcuffs? Or
no, I don't think he said handcuffs. He said he
escorted.
Was escorted by armed guards.
And,
okay, well, that means something, doesn't it?
I mean, if he's going from one place to the Pentagon, then obviously he's probably going into a quote-unquote interrogation session.
A facility, do you think?
Marty is looking for more information for you as
well.
well.
Okay, that was Marty that sent it, right?
Yes.
So, so I want more information. Anybody's the first one there gets a big... juicy thank you for me. Anyways.
I was thinking a quarter pounder.
I was going to say, you could have said a burger. Come on. You could have said a burger.
Come on. All right, I'll lend you a buck or something like that.
Quarter pounders are a buck now? No, okay.
I'm
trying to trap him, but he's not falling far.
No, to the phone line. I'm not going to do it. You're not the first. You're not the first. Hey, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from North.
I knew you'd have to call eventually.
Okay. First of all, I think somebody's imagining a little bit too much into this. Since about 7:30 this morning, the story has been up that Donald Trump is beginning his impeachment revenge by pushing Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman out of the White House after the war hero testified against him in a Democrat investigation. That's from the UK Mail. Obviously, the guy needs to be removed from the White House.
Well, sure.
Because he's obviously, his judgment alone has been demonstrated to be totally flawed. The guy's a nutcase.
Yeah.
But that's fine. In the case, so he would have been reassigned anyway in July, because he was supposed to be there for about 2 years. He would have been there after 2 years. In July, he would have been gone. So they moved him out early. There's nothing unusual at all about being escorted out in a case like that, because they don't want you grabbing files or damaging your computer or doing any other stuff that Democrats always do, like when the way they trashed the White House when Bush took over and stuff like that.
But is it common that they're armed guards?
Well, the escorting officer might be armed.
Yeah.
It's not like they said, you with the machine gun, go walk this guy out with a gun. It just,
well, don't act like I know this. I think you're trying to
out.
take advantage of my lack of knowledge here. I'm just trying to ask you a question.
Yeah, so all that happened is he was escorted out. You know, like, step away from the computer. Your job here is done.
Yeah.
You already know that because it's already been on the news. In fact,
so if he had made a gesture to go back to his computer, would they have shot him?
I hope so, but I mean, it would be a good excuse for the cop to, get some target practice.
Oh my gosh!
He tried to get away.
Yeah, he was trying to send a message. He was trying to send a message to Russia.
No, by the way, he's not fired. He's not being punished. He's simply being reassigned to his next assignment.
Let's just call this a good but small start.
Absolutely, it's a start. And
Okay.
There's a few other people, because there's There's somebody. There's also a woman. What's her name here? Jennifer Williams, who worked for Mike Pence.
Yeah.
She also testified in the House impeachment inquiry. She has also left the vice president's office.
Well, I'll tell you what. I gotta get a break in.
It's not like they're being fired.
I gotta get a break in, Chester. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi to Martha. And call me back with any. You have permission to call the show twice if you have any other update. Okay.
Very well.
Thank you. All right,
Thanks,
we're gonna take a break right now. So please hit it.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778. Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home in Rolla. Since 1924, Null & Son Funeral Home has had the honor of serving families throughout Phelps County. Today, families can select a funeral service, burial, or cremation and have it tailored to fit their specific needs in order to honor the memory of their loved one in a personal and meaningful way. At Null & Son Funeral Home, we offer information that will help you make decisions that are just right for you and your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
This race is over. Tomorrow morning, the money will dry up. The Republicans will start to hide. Trump has no place to go. This race, effectively, as of tonight, is no longer a presidential race.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
Our new NBC News SurveyMonkey poll is out today. It puts Hillary Clinton up by 10 points over Donald Trump. And this is not the first poll since the conventions to give Clinton a double-digit lead. This is actually the fourth. 4 polls that have Clinton up by more than 10 points, or at least 10 points.
Love the circus music.
I guess, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. And Barack Obama, that was Barack Obama, in case you're from, Naperville, Illinois, where my crazy leftist cousins are. Both, and I love them, right? They're great people. You know them, right, honey? Lisa?
Yeah, Yes, I met. Yeah, we went to dinner one night.
Franny,
and
very intelligent. She ran a school, Northern Illinois University, and he was a PhD in English literature and a psychiatrist, no less. Mm-hmm. And they're great people, but they can't beat me in an argument. I mean, we had arguments going way back, as soon as Trump got on, and they just can't defeat me. And he was looking forward to beating me in arguments. He can't do it. He called back 2 years later the other day, and we had a nice conversation. We didn't talk about politics. He didn't want to bring it up, I know. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. We've got DeAnna Lorraine coming on. She is hot. I mean, she's a good-looking woman, but I mean, she's hot in the fact that she's getting a lot of, she's running against Nancy Pelosi, for goodness sakes. Right. What a break she's getting. I mean, I can't see Nancy. I think she's done. I think whoever predicted she was going to resign probably was right. I don't see how she goes on from this. Do you? Anybody? So, I don't know. What do I know about politics, right? I just have a radio talk show. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, JL from St. James.
Hi, JL. How you doing, man?
Hey, better than you deserve. Wait a minute. Better than I deserve.
Right? No, when did you start insulting me like that? It's a little early in the call to insult me.
Dave, I'm trying to apologize. Okay.
All right. I'm very hurt by your attitude.
Hey, my friend.
What do you want?
Love your show. Listen, you had a lot of good stuff on today, but there's something that's important to me that nobody has brought up about Pelosi and the State of the Union.
I thought you were going to say depends. But
no,
what would I know about that?
Yeah, I hope not. Anyway, did anybody notice that when the president brought up the prayer in schools, Pelosi was back there shaking her head no?
No, you know what? I didn't know every little flicker of her. Some people were just watching her.
I caught that, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you, Steve. I thought I was the only one that ever seen that. Nobody has brought that up, and that's important to me as a Christian. You know what I mean? And I just, it's bothered me ever since. What is she's supposed to be a Catholic? Come on.
Yeah, well, she's for no borders, and she's for, the M13 gangs. I mean, how dare he call them animals? Well, they're going out and killing Americans. They're killing American kids. These are 15-year-olds, a lot of them, and they're out there, murdering people left and right in America, and they're illegal.
Yeah,
and she wants that for our, she won't let them near their house in California, her estate. Do you know the gal I got coming up after DeAnna? She actually went out to her estate. This is Laura Loomer, and jumped her little wall and brought some Latino illegals with her, and they started to set up camp in Nancy's little estate there in California.
How many acres is that? Like 72
I don't
acres
know, something like
that.
Yeah, it could be. And they tried to get in the house because they figured they were welcome because it's a sanctuary state, and so they figured they'd get a sandwich, and the doors were locked, so they couldn't get in. So they set up a little tent area, and they played Frisbee, and then got booted, but they didn't get arrested that time.
But was this, so they actually climbed over her wall in front of her house?
Yes.
She's got a wall in front of her house with armed guards behind
Yes, that's the whole point I was making. No, there was nobody there. There was no armed guard, but she had a little wall. It wasn't a big wall, like 4 feet high, but it was a wall.
Okay.
So if you were, maybe a termite, it'd take you a little more effort to go in. But that's not the point. We have Jim on the call here, and Jim, what did you want to say to me?
I have on your fish story to the rabbi.
Yes.
If they take the bait, does that mean they're hooked?
Well, I would think they're hooked on school. I don't know what you're referring to. They would be hooked on. But
I don't either. I was just asking you. But anyway, okay, Dave. Real quick.
Do you ever hear about the fish that The fish that fixed musical instruments?
No.
Yeah, he was a piano tuner. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What do you got?
I suckered in on that one.
All right.
What's
Well,
the
you know what?
difference
Your
between
time is up, buddy. I got an interview coming up in like 30 seconds, assuming she calls on time, which is always a little bit of a problem sometimes.
Okay,
So-
I'll save the joke for next week.
No, go ahead. God, I want.
You got
want your
30
joke.
seconds. Come on.
Okay. All right. Real quick. What's the difference between a politician and a snail?
I give up.
Snail gets things done.
Well, one is slimy, a pest, and leaves a trail everywhere, and the other one is a snail. Have a good one. God bless.
God bless.
Right there, Jim.
God bless
See
you,
later
Jim.
there. That's
Oh
right.
my God, I'm going to
Off he
send you some
goes.
jokes.
Off he goes. That's
There
right.
you go. All right, you know what I think we should do is play DeAnna's song, if you got that, and yes, that away.
Tomorrow all the things were gone. I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
All right, I'm going to do a little talking. DeAnna will be up soon. And we've got Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden has now all his traveling to foreign countries, the records of that. Talking about starting stuff now, right? Well, they've got the information about Hunter Biden traveling in government planes like Air Force One, Air Force Two to these countries. And that would probably be illegal somehow. The use of taxpayer money to fly to these jobs he never should have had. That's a little bit of corruption. You know, it's a criminal act. All right, isn't it? All right. So, and by the way, Vinkman, according to my friend Chester, is being just transferred under armed guard, but transferred from the White House to the Pentagon. So we don't know if there's any criminal accusations yet. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay. So as of right now, I will take calls. If you want to call, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. What? Oh, I thought you made a gesture at me.
Oh, no.
You
No,
know, I would
no.
hate to have you make that kind of a gesture at me.
No,
you know?
no.
That's scary.
Yes.
All right, so we've got the prayer breakfast. Trump nails Nancy. Then he has a speech at noon. He gets all the Republican senators and congressmen. Let me tell you, he uses the word, well, what stands for BS. I know I have to explain that to some people, but you probably understand that word. And but he uses the real word on national television, but he had all his Republicans here, and you know what? You could tell there was a lot of affection for him from the Republicans. He's got 94% support in the Republican Party, which is an all-time record. We're talking about a lot more than Reagan. Reagan maybe had about 86, 87, around there. So, and the other thing I'm thinking is that he's got so much young talent there, like Jim Jordan, Radcliffe, Zeldin. So many of these young congressmen are so good, and they did such a great job of fighting back. All they needed was an example. All they needed was a tough guy like Kevin McCarthy, who was the would be the Speaker if and when Pelosi goes. All right, he would be the Speaker of the House, the Republican, and he's good. You know, he's great. So, all right, I think we should take a break right now. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Wait a minute, that could be her.
Okay.
All right.
Caught it just in the nick of time. Okay. To the phone lines we go. Here we are.
Hi there. Is this who I think it is?
This is DeAnna, Lorraine.
Oh my goodness, you had me scared. I was a millisecond from going to a break. I'm glad you called.
No. I've just been on interviews all morning.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, God forbid. And guess what you're going to be doing right here? An interview. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is she's a passionate conservative whose mission is to rid California and the United States of America of the Wicked Witch of the West and the United States of America, Nancy Pelosi. Please welcome DeAnna Lorraine. What kind of applause do we get for DeAnna?
Oh, come on now.
Come on. Wait.
That's the kind of applause that you get.
All right, well, you know, we got a turn on, turn off audience, so I don't know what you can do about it.
Come on now.
So has Nancy resigned yet?
She should, if she knows what's good for her. I mean,
Didn't she say she was going to resign if she didn't impeach Trump?
That's what she said.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I'll wait, but I'm not going to wait too much longer.
This
is just one of many lies and many threats that never come through.
I'm curious. You know, I used you in a lot of promos last night, a lot of which that you retweeted. Are you getting any more attention because of the things that I posted about you?
Probably. You know, everything that you do helps me.
Well, Lisa's saying there are folks talking about, you know, getting on your bandwagon and contributing to you. So I don't know if that's happened, but
I saw a lot of comments on Facebook about that. So
yeah, okay,
that's awesome.
In fact, I'm going to tweet right now while I'm on your show, and I'm going to retweet you.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. That's very good.
Yeah.
It helps
while I'm on the show, so it's live. There's nothing better than live.
So, other than in this particular studio, are there enough sane people in Nancy's district to kick her out of office?
You know, you would think, but I don't know. I guess we just don't know. We're not going to know until Election Day. And there should be enough. Obviously, there's several 100,000 people in San Francisco, and most of those are Democrats. Second biggest population group is no party preference, and those are a key. And then there's Republicans. So there's technically enough people that I could win the primary. It's just being able to convince them that I'm the right choice and convince them to not vote Democrat. And there are a lot of people that are swinging that way now.
Do you know any of the ways that she is actually going to cheat to get to stay as the representative there?
Well, you know, there's a lot of voter fraud. There's a lot of election fraud. There's ballot harvesting. You know, there's a whole machine that she has. Just even look at little things. I mean, it's not even little, but the Iowa caucus, right? They're every way that they can somehow cheat. They find that way.
Yeah, they do it to themselves. They do it to each other.
Yeah, they do it to each other even. I mean, let's delay the results of the Iowa caucus. So they delay it for several days. Now, it ended up being that Sanders won. But they knew that from the beginning. And the reason why they cheated and why they pretended that there were technical difficulties and everything was because to take his thunder away, right? To steal his thunder and to kind of take the wind out of his sails. And obviously, when you have delayed results, there's less excitement around it. Then if he would have just walked away that night and said, guess what? I won the Iowa caucus. So they find every little way to steal people's thunder and to make it seem like they're ahead, whether they're ahead or not. And then there's lots of different kinds of voter fraud that they do. You know, at the polls, they do sneaky things. People are getting their ballots, and, you know, there's sneaky things on the ballot. So there's a lot of things going on, and it's just a sad thing. It's a sad thing, but we're going to fight very hard to make sure that this election has integrity.
What do you think of people like Romney and Pelosi who hide behind their religion to do stupid things. For example, Romney voting against Trump, at least on one count, and we're getting a lot of interference. I suspect, I'm a little paranoid, and I suspect people from your area are screwing around with this phone call. What do you think?
That might be true.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here, so I'm not doing anything weird on my side.
Yeah.
But what do you hear?
And you're calling the landline.
Are you there?
And you're calling the landline.
Are you there?
Uh-oh.
Are you there? Okay, good. All right. Romney, so both of these guys, they hide behind their religions and come up with outrageously stupid things. For example, Romney never protested when Obama and the Russian president ran an open mic, and Obama told the Russian president to tell Vladimir that he'd be opening up stuff to the Russians after the election when he was a little more flexible. I mean, isn't that giving a quid pro quo to having to fix an election?
Of course. It's just,
So-
it's to me it's hilarious because Romney, oh my God, his interviews are just so painful to watch.
Yeah.
I am a Christian man, and I'm someone who I have to, I have to vote my conscience. I have to do what's right, and even if it's not popular. Okay, Romney. Okay,
Yeah.
sure, you've done some really great things. All right.
But he's he's like a child, though. He's doing this for personal reasons. I mean, there's no way he can reason his way out of this because he ran such a lousy campaign and was probably so embarrassed by it, he feels like he has to, go back to Trump. Actually, I am the cause of this, you know that.
How?
Well, in February of 2013, before Trump ever decided he was going to run for president, at least finally, he was at CPAC. You know what CPAC is? You've been there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so so Trump, was that you burping or was that me? I don't know. Gee, that was terrible. Anyways, Romney, Trump kept saying he was on a side thing. It was like 150 people in there. He wasn't even in the main room. He was playing the lobby, okay? And so he's saying, I just can't figure out how Romney lost. This was in February of 2013, right after the election that Romney lost. I can't figure out how he lost. I don't understand it. And finally, I couldn't take it anymore. And I says, you know what? He got up and he laid down in the last two debates. And he looked at me and he kind of shook his head. Yeah, could have, yeah. And I think that affected him. And I think that's where he got the idea that Romney is a big loser. And I'm taking, I don't care what you say, I'm taking credit for that. Anyways.
He's huge. He's a huge loser. He's so jealous. He's a petulant man.
Yes, there it is.
You see him do that. He's petulant and he's petty. And we don't know, how much he's being paid under the table or blackmailed. But he's just the definition of a rhino.
Yeah, he sure is. Him and McCain.
Now, on to another topic.
Yes,
Did you guys see my aerial attack that I did yesterday?
You did a what?
An aerial attack.
You didn't parachute into Nancy Pelosi's ranch, did you?
No, I'm surprised you didn't hear about it.
No.
I got a plane to go all over San Francisco
Yeah?
for 4 hours, carrying a huge, massive 80-foot by 20-foot banner that said "Pelosi for prison."
Oh, good for you!
Excellent.
Good for you. And that brings me to my other point, which is
You guys got to check out pictures on my Twitter, DeAnna.
All right, I'll be looking at it. I was just pushing the show all night, and
you have to sign the PelosiForPresident.co. There's a website. You go to the website and sign the petition if you think that Nancy Pelosi should be investigated and put away from her crimes against America. I think it's time we put the spotlight on her.
I bet you they got so much stuff on her already right now. She's got to be scared to death. They weren't just impeaching Trump. It was a desperate act. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Because they knew they weren't going to impeach him. They knew they weren't going to get the Senate vote. But they were trying to get him to resign anything because they know that Durham and Barr are coming for them, and they know they're hot on their trail. Now, what are they going to do next? I don't know, but things are going to get really chunky here.
And that's what I said earlier in the show. How come there's not warrants out for Nancy Pelosi already?
By the way, this is Steve Wheeler, the owner of the radio show.
Good morning.
He's the owner of the radio station, I should say. And this is DeAnna Lorraine.
Yeah, isn't Dave Weinbaum Show's best?
Yes.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart.
You
know, and we have him on, now we have him on record.
Right, you do.
There you go. All right. Hey, you also mentioned this. Should Republicans fight back the same way as Dems?
Absolutely. I mean, look, if you look at my aerial attack in the sky, you know, they do all sorts of things. They have the impeachment. They say that everybody's a Russian agent. Look what they've done to Tulsi. Look what they've done to anybody who goes against their lockstep regime. So it's time. You know, they smear you. They slander you. They say that, you know, you need to be in jail, or they put you in solitary confinement. You know, it's time for us to be a little spicy. It's time for us to fight back. And if it has to be a big banner in the sky of Nancy Pelosi's district saying that Nancy Pelosi should be in prison, then so be it. But we cannot be so polite all the time.
I could not agree with you more.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need to fight back. And I think that Trump has led the way with
that. Now, Cheryl Chumley did not agree with me. She says, no, we have to behave. And I've always thought, you know, if a guy's going to come after me, I better have the ability to fight back. I'm not going to run away from a guy.
Yeah, you know what? It's also, you know, the difference between a establishment rhino, I think, and the new brand of conservatives. The new conservatives are warriors. They're ready to fight for what's right. They're ready to fight for truth. They're ready to fight for God. They're ready to fight for America. Okay, and they're ready to, you know, to be a little feisty.
Hey, guess what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the Pelosi for Prison banner you got up there. Sign a petition. DeAnna, my wifey found it. Lisa. Yeah, it's cool. So where do they look at on Twitter to find this? Hashtag Pelosi for Prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Go to my Twitter, DeAnna for Congress, the number 4 Congress.
All right.
And then you can also go to the pelosiforprison.co and see the petition, sign the petition.
So other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute to you?
Please, obviously, join me on my Twitter because there's a lot of action there. And definitely go to my website at DeAnnaforCongress.com. That's FOR Congress. And you can contribute to my campaign in defeating Nancy Pelosi so that she never shreds up another document, another speech, the Constitution, another page of the Constitution again.
You got it. Hey, you know, Lisa's friend said that, you know what, Lisa, I adopted an old dog. And Lisa, looking at me, said, what a coincidence. So did I. That's just wrong, isn't it? All right. Thank you so much, DeAnna. You have a great weekend, and keep it going, will you? I tell you what, she might not even make it to the end. She might resign and maybe get arrested. I don't know. But you just keep up the good work, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, DeAnna. You have a good weekend. Bye-bye. All right, we're back in the show, and we've got somebody coming. Should we take a break?
Yes, sir. Let's do that.
All right, we're going to take a break right now, and then we're going to have a young lady talking to us about the Cancer Gala here in Rolla. So hit it as soon as you can, please.
Make the whole family happy by bringing home Lee's famous recipe chicken. Choose from one of our many different specials, like the 16-piece classic or breast strip family meal, to the 8 different daily lunch specials. Call today for your next catering at 573-364-9330 or visit us on the web at leesrolla.com or just stop by Lee's famous recipe chicken in Rolla at 1902 North Bishop Avenue.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, Food Equipment Repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Need to create a unique gift for your sweetheart? Want a gun, watch engraved? Need a trophy gift or award? Go no further than Kent Jewelry, 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla. Call 573-364-1030 and take your bag of jewels to Kent and ask to have your jewelry inspected and cleaned for free. Kent is my jeweler. Make him yours. 907 North Pine Street, downtown Rolla, 364-1030.
It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. The name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. Thousands of customers have done business with Muffler Mart because they do what they say they're going to do. Woo! The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434. Muffler Mart in Rolla.
Warning, this is Microsoft. Your computer has been hacked, and you need to call the number displayed immediately.
Warning, do not call that number. This is a scam. Call A1 Tech of Rolla, LLC at 573-458-9175. If you have given these people access to your computer, or worse, your money, your computer is now compromised. A1 Tech is available both mobile and on-site to take care of all your tech needs, and was recently voted the best computer repair service in Phelps County. Call 573-458-9175.
Sydney's at 707 North Pine in Rolla invites you in to enjoy their daily lunch specials. And coming up on February 14th and 15th, Sydney's will have a Valentine's special with 16-ounce prime rib and side, only $24.99 each. Or enjoy the AHA tuna loin with sides, only $24.99 per person. Call 426-3707 for reservations. It's recommended. Also, other specials available for the special night this Valentine's. Remember, it's 2 nights, February 14th and 15th. Sydney's 707 North Pine in Rolla. Don't miss the fun.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
It'll be interesting tomorrow night, I think, when Hillary Clinton wins, that Donald Trump will have lost this election from the very first day he announced.
If the numbers bear out what we're seeing thus far, Hillary Clinton will win Florida. And the delicious irony in this is that Donald Trump will have been kept from the White House by a big, beautiful brown wall.
And CNN projects Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas. He has now taken the lead.
All right, we're back on the show. I've got a couple of special guests here. We got Erica Hartley, we got Annie Bass, and where do you think you're going, Annie?
I'm here. Hi.
Yes, all right. Well, you can say something.
To do a Nancy Pelosi.
No, there's no shredding in this room. Oh my goodness! I never knew she was a shredder. I'll tell you what.
She's a self-shredder.
A self-shredder. Well, as long as we're shredding, as long as we don't have any cheese in here to shred, do we? All right. Anyways, we have a special event coming up, and I thought you guys would like to talk about it. What do we got coming up, Erica?
We have the 35th Annual Cancer Gala next Saturday, February 15th at the Havener Center.
And it's I Love Lucy.
So do we have to dress as Fred and Ethel?
Yes, we do, and Lucy's going to be there.
Wow,
Lisa's good.
She'll be pulling up in a in a camper full of rocks.
She'll be. Wait a minute. She'll be pulling up. She died, didn't she? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she died.
You're gonna pull her up?
You have to be respectful.
Well, I mean,
here.
did she die of cancer, or is there some connection? Or
Ricky died of cancer.
He did. All right. Well, there's a connection there. So how do you go about signing up for this?
We have some tickets left. You can contact me, Erica Hartley, directly. My cell phone number is 573-578-1548. You can reach out to a committee member if you know them, but you can contact me directly. And on Facebook. You can message our Cancer Gala and Co. Facebook page. We've been getting some that way also.
So if you dress up like Lucille Ball or whatever, not everybody's going to dress up like Lucille Ball, are they?
No, you do not have to dress. You have to dress up, but you don't have to dress up like Lucy.
You have to have clothes on, right? You have to wear clothes. So one of the requirements, ladies and gentlemen, is you have to have some clothes on. It's not a nude thing, all right? So don't go there naked.
No.
All right. So what can they expect at the banquet? Is there any goodies?
So we have the Diamond Dare, which we had last time. Do you remember that? And Kent Jewelry is giving away a 1-carat cushion cut diamond, and everybody else will get a garnet.
Only 100 being sold.
Only 100 being sold. We have a new thing, which Erica will tell you about, which is the Rumba Room.
So the Rumba Room this year is a pass, kind of like a fast pass that you can purchase to bypass lines for the bars. You can come in and enjoy some appetizers, kind of get out of the crazy main dining room and have expedited service.
It's a private bar.
Private bar.
A private bar.
Fast pass.
So what do you have to do to get in there?
You have to pay $100.
$100, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
and
not
then our
bad.
menu is as top grade as it has been before, with lobster
always
and
pretty good food.
tenderloin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was always pretty good food there.
And that's donated by U.S. Foods and also Price Chopper.
And what about all the stuff you auction off?
Oh, my.
We've got a lot of good auction items.
Mm-hmm. Back to, our boxes, and we have the chef table at 167 Raw in Charleston. We have the OP, which is Francine Marangi and Tom Sauer's cabin, that they are donating along with a Italian dinner.
We have some nice Cardinals tickets from Mr. Weinbaum.
Yes,
that we're going to live auction.
So
Man, I was sweating it out. I thought, well, didn't we do that or what?
Yeah.
I was going to go yell in summer. I said, didn't we?
And we're going to live auction.
We're going to live auction those again this year because that went well.
You
last
really
year.
should, because I think that's
we
going to be
have an
really cool.
auctioneer.
All right, well, look at that. You know what? He's the boss, and he's sucking up to me. I can't believe this. This will never happen
finally
again.
called him the boss the other
This will
day.
never happen again.
That's right.
This will never happen again. All right, ladies, what else you got?
We also have some trip tickets left to sell. So only 600 tickets being sold. You can win a 8-day, 7-night trip to Aruba, valued at $6,500. If you don't want to go to Aruba, you can plan another trip with about up to $6,500, or you can cash it out tax-free for $5,000.
Wow!
But I don't think you'll be traveling to China anytime soon, will you?
No.
So last year, Dave pulled the winning ticket.
Yeah.
I sold the winning ticket.
There you go.
We were a great combo.
I know.
That's right.
Right,
It was
Lisa?
terrific.
Now, how much are those tickets?
Those are $50 a piece.
Okay.
All right, great.
And they can purchase those the same way. You can message us through our Facebook page, Cancer Gala and Co. You can call my cell phone, contact a committee member.
And we're down to quite.
We don't have very many left.
Yeah, we're down to bare minimum.
Cool.
on that.
All right, ladies. Well, what's the date of it? Is it the 15th of February?
Next
And
Saturday.
it starts what time?
5:30.
5:30. Anything else? I got to get off because I have another interview at
We're going to raise
11:30.
$230,000 this year.
For local
Oh,
cancer
wow.
patients.
Or more. Or
There you
more.
go.
Cool. That's
All
probably
right.
here right there. All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
You have a great affair, and get top dollar for those tickets.
We will. We
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Steve.
Yep.
You got the
Getting it.
phone?
Yep,
Okay.
got it.
All right, just scared me. Hi there. I think I know who this is. Is this who I think it is?
Yes.
The Illuminator, right there. All right. Can you play her song, please?
Talk just for a second here.
All right, we'll talk for a second. So what about those polls? Holy cow, I just saw that on my phone. You're ahead in the polls?
I'm going to win. I'm going to win, Dave.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. Oh, my goodness. That'll be great. That is Nancy Pelosi's BFF. All right, here we go. Playing your song.
Oh, beautiful, for heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, conservative investigative reporter. She exposed Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib, Jim Comey, Hillary Clinton, among others. And she's now running for Congress in Florida's 21st District, the bravest woman in America. And I mean that. Besides my wife who married me, Laura, the Illuminator, Loomer! Yeah! They can barely hear that in Boca. Okay. How you doing? So tell us about the poll numbers again.
Well, the campaign now has some polling data in, and it's very exciting, very exciting. You know, when I announced my run for Congress on August 2nd, I said I was going to win, and I'm determined to win and flip this seat in District 21. But now the numbers are really supporting a victory for Laura Loomer for Congress. And we randomly sampled registered voters in the district, and turns out that Democrat Lois Frankel would get 41% of the vote, and I would receive 47%. And so if you sign up for my email alerts at lauraloomerforcongress.com, and you're on my email list, this is the type of data that we've been sending out, right?
Yes.
And so today, just as you did, you received these polling numbers, which, you know, show that Lois Frankel, my opponent, who is a four-term Democrat incumbent, really isn't as strong as she or the Democrats seem to think she is. So very exciting numbers, and they're going to be available on my campaign website, lauraloomerforcongress.com. And I would encourage everybody, if you haven't already, to go to lauraloomerforcongress.com and sign up for the email updates and the text alerts so that you can receive this information in live time.
So what prominent American lives in your district? Besides yourself.
President Trump and Mrs. Trump live in my district, so they will be voting for me. Rush Limbaugh also lives in my district.
And it's a very much Jewish district, though, isn't it? What percentage of it is Jewish?
13% of the registered voting population is Jewish.
Well, that's not that many, but I would think that Trump's Middle East plan has something to do with it. And the fact that he's been the best president ever for Israel, in fact, he's been the best non-Jew for Israel since King Cyrus back 2,000 years ago. Hasn't he?
Well, look, I think that along with President Trump's support for Israel and being the most pro-Jewish, pro-Israel president we've ever had, I think that really the Democrats are doing this themselves in their own radical agenda and being, you know, unwilling to condemn anti-Semitism. You see that they stand with people like Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, these vile Jew haters, and they really have become an anti-Jewish party. And so, of course, I don't see how any Jewish voter, whether they're in my district or any district in this country, could vote Democrat. I just don't see it, especially as a Jew myself.
It's not just anti-Jewish; it's anti-Christian too.
anti-Christian,
Anti-God.
anti-American. I mean,
Sure.
let's just be honest, right? They're anti-everything besides anti-Islam.
Pretty much.
Because that's what these women are. They're Islamic supremacists. They're jihadists.
So how did your opponent, Lois Frankel, how did she react when Pelosi failed in her impeachment quest?
Well, Lois Frankel, who is Pelosi's puppet, of course, you could see on the evening of the State of the Union, they were standing right next to each other in that picture they took where they, dressed up in white and looked like a bunch of KKK Klansmen in their white outfits.
Where's the hats?
And right, I know, they're just missing the hats. And Lois Frankel took to Twitter, which I do not have because, of course, I'm banned and Twitter won't allow my
let's mention that for a minute. Laura Loomer is the most banned person in history. She has no stage on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, or anything else. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. And you got a huge lawsuit against them, too, but...
I have numerous lawsuits, yeah. I have several lawsuits against Twitter, the Council on American Islamic Relations, Facebook, Google, Apple. So, I have taken legal action against these companies for, shutting me down, deplatforming me. I'm suing Facebook for defamation after they labeled me a dangerous individual. I sued Twitter and CARE for tortious interference. And then I have my antitrust lawsuit, which is going to be heard before the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals against Google, Twitter, Facebook, and Apple. But anyway, following President Trump's acquittal, Lois Frankel, who is the congresswoman here, she was one of the first Democrats to call for President Trump's impeachment, all right?
Yeah.
This woman took to Twitter to say that it was a dark day for our country. It was a dark day for our country that President Trump was acquitted, according to Lois. So, she is a radical Democrat. The fact that she seems to think that it's a dark day, that the same day that the president was acquitted, that I saw a survey that said that 90% of Americans are satisfied with their personal life. It's a dark day.
Yes, 90. Isn't that something?
Happy
right.
And that the president is thriving.
Yeah.
These people really hate America. They really honestly do. They hate President Trump more than they love their country.
And they hate him more every day because of his success. They can't. Right. They've never been. I'm playing the montage here of the election, and they hated him then, but they hate him twice as much now.
Right.
Why? Because he proved them all wrong, and he's the most successful president in our history. Am I wrong?
He's the best president. He's
Yeah.
the best president we've ever had. And I'm telling you, I was at a State of the Union watch party the other night watching his speech. I think it's the best State of the Union address I've ever seen in my short 26 years on this planet.
I would
and
agree.
also, it made me cry. I mean, honestly, I wanted to cry several times throughout
Yeah.
his speech. And
I was
other
tearing
people
up,
in the
too.
restaurant I was in, they had tears in their eyes because it was just so touching. It really honestly made me cry.
Laura, I heard that even though you're 20, Laura, I heard though that even though you're 26, you read at a 30-year-old level. So don't let that bother you. You're 26. Don't let that bother you at all.
Right. So my question is, being the most banned person, isn't it amazing that you're winning the race as well without that quote unquote social media behind you?
Yeah, it's actually really phenomenal, and it's historic because if you recall, when I announced my run for Congress, people on the left and the right said that it would never be done because, of course, I am banned everywhere. But the FEC reports just came out a few days ago, and yet again, for the second quarter in a row, I have out-fundraised all of my primary opponents combined,
Wow.
including the Democrat incumbent Lois Frankel, and I did so while not having access to Facebook or Twitter. But I'm using Parler. I'm on Gab. If you're not on Parler, you should immediately download Parler and get on Parler, where I have 89,000 followers. That's my dog. She wants to chime in on the interview, I guess. Yeah, she wants to be interviewed, Dave. So maybe you ought to put an interview with Baby Lou.
Well, we do have the SNL Trump dog now.
Yes,
I mean,
that's right.
we can use a replacement.
I need to get rid of my helmet though, because I need an operation from that. I'll tell you.
Yeah, baby Loomer is just so excited about these fundraising numbers that
cute.
she has to chime in. So they're so great. They're so
Well,
great.
let me just say one more thing. I just talked to DeAnna Lorraine, your friend DeAnna, who's out on the West Coast, and she's putting up these. She's not going up in the plains, but she's running these banners about putting Nancy Pelosi in jail in her district, and she's doing it over San Francisco Bay.
Saw that.
Isn't that something?
The Pelosi for prison plane. That is hilarious.
So, between you and, let me just say this, between you and DeAnna Lorraine, I think my show has the 1-2 punch to flip the House Republican. Nancy Pelosi is going bye-bye, and so is Lois Franco, due to Laura Loomer and DeAnna Lorraine. How's that?
Well, that would be really nice. It would be very nice to see Nancy Pelosi go away, wouldn't it?
And her best friend, Lois Franco.
Yes, it's the 1-2 punch.
There you go. We're getting some applause for that. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute? And I, by the way, am one of those.
People can go to LauraLoomerForCongress.com, and that's where you can sign up for my email updates and make a donation as well.
Lisa said I should take up gardening. So
Why?
Yes.
Because you're a tool?
No, but so I listened to her. So I went out and got plowed. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura the Illuminator Loomer, calling all the way from Florida, all right? You have a great weekend. Shabbat Shalom, and keep kicking butt down there, okay? Stay in touch. All right, thank you. All right, one of the great ones, Laura the Illuminator. Okay, so we're back on the show. We got one more break, right? I thought we've managed the show very well. We had a few clinks here and there, but I think do you have something for me other than a break?
I do. Let's
Cool.
do that first, and
Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
The new Amazon Echo has everyone asking Alexa for help.
Alexa, what time is it? What the hell is wrong with this blasted thing? Amanda!
But the latest technology isn't always easy to use for people of a certain age.
These kids done bought me a busted machine again. Oh, yes, sir.
That's why Amazon partnered with AARP to present the new Amazon Echo Silver, the only smart speaker device designed specifically to be used by the greatest generation. It's super loud and responds to any name even remotely close to Alexa, so they can find out the weather.
Allegra, what is the weather outside?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Huh?
It is 74 degrees and sunny.
Where?
Outside.
What about it?
The temperature outside is 74 degrees and sunny.
I don't know about that.
The latest in sports.
Clarissa, how many did old Satchel strike out last night?
Satchel Paige died in 1982.
How many he get?
Satchel Paige is dead.
He what now?
Died.
Who did?
Satchel Paige.
Oh. I don't know about that.
That's great. Honey, you could have been in on that. It's Alexa, Alisa. I mean, they could say Alisa, and they'd have to answer.
No. I know there are days you can't remember my name, Dave. So just whatever's close.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this thing.
Exactly.
Is I'm getting old. All right. If I say a name now, it's going to come out as
Alisa. What's my wife's name?
I can't even.
There
you go. She's going to probably say, "Which one?" No, I'm dead now. I'm a dead man. No kicking. She can't hit me now because she's got a broken arm. Now she's trying to kick me. It was a joke.
My legs are fine though.
Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
You want that baseball bat I got over here?
No,
I can do that one-handed.
What are you doing to me?
I can do that one-handed. Yeah.
No, now they're ganging up on me. I don't think this is appropriate. Not appropriate behavior.
Where are
at
those
all.
golf clubs?
Anyways, if you want to call the show, we're pretty much wide open, although we've got some things for you. And do we have another break to do?
Yes, we need to do one more
Okay,
break.
why don't we, I'll tell you what, why don't you play the Seinfeld thing, and then we'll do a break. How's
Go
that?
into that. All right, you got it.
Hit it, please.
I like the idea of the women's room. You have a door that says women on it, and women come right out of it. What more do you want? Men say to me, where do you meet women? I say, there you go, there's a door. What could be clearer than that? It says women, they got to be in there. The men's room, on the other hand, is a nauseating, disgusting place, and every man in there is a revolting, perverted human slime. Men don't want to meet, relate, or deal with any other man in the men's room. We don't even use our hands. We touch everything with the feet. Toilets, faucets, handles. We become orangutan as soon as we go in that door. We ought to put ropes in there so we could swing in, pee, swing out.
how true it is.
Oh,
I mean,
man, yeah, you want to find a woman? Why do you go to the women's room? Okay? You can't go in the women's room unless you are one of those that have a feeling that somehow you're a woman.
I mean, how many times
still going on, or
how
what?
many times do you take and push the flusher with your foot?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like you said, it may
I do. Have you?
I know. That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
You can't reach that.
With my leg, I can. With my alligator arms, I can't. The idea is to keep your hands out of there.
It's that third arm he has on his shoulder.
I'll say,
you know,
I want to see that.
Helps him pat himself on the back.
God knows he needs that.
Let's not talk about third arms. I'm a little shy.
You're a little nothing.
Hey, you know what? We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, we're going to have unfettered time for callers and extras, all right?
There you
go.
go.
So call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Imagine a choice hand-cut steak, seasoned with special spices, grilling over mesquite wood. At Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, it's not just imagination. We do this every day at Colton's. We also offer chicken, seafood, sandwiches, and salads, and our homemade yeast rolls. And it happens in the most fun Western-style restaurant you'll ever set foot in. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton's Steakhouse in Rolla.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Automated Business Systems in Salem is your one-stop source for office supplies, computers, printers, and point-of-sale software and hardware for your business. And if you're wanting to build a computer specific to your needs, whether business or personal, ABS in Salem can do it. Computer repairs, virus removal. ABS is a full-service computer repair service. Bring it to them or they'll come to you. They are your brother authorized service center in the area. See them online at www.abssalem.com or stop by their office at 902 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
We've got all the news right here.
Hold up. Stop. I know you're out there about to settle on a donut and drive around all sticky-handed, raspberry jelly all over your sensible blouse. Well, this is an intervention, a chicken intervention. Because McChicken biscuits and Chicken McGriddles are now at McDonald's, freshly prepared and available nationwide. So just make that turn, hit the drive-thru, save your favorite blouse, and change your life for breakfast at participating McDonald's for a limited time. It's time to wake up breakfast.
There's a sweetheart of a deal all month long at Fairground Auto Plaza in Rolla. Right now, save up to $9,510 on the all-new 2019 Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71, or choose 0% APR for 72 months on Silverados, including 2020s, plus $1,000 bonus earnings for eligible GM cardholders. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Warning, this is Microsoft. Your computer has been hacked, and you need to call the number displayed immediately.
Warning, do not call that number. This is a scam. Call A1 Tech of Rolla, LLC at 573-458-9175. If you have given these people access to your computer, or worse, your money, your computer is now compromised. A1 Tech is available both mobile and on-site to take care of all your tech needs, and was recently voted the best computer repair service in Phelps County. Call 573-458-9175.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio. He has 167 electoral votes compared to Hillary Clinton's 109. Idaho, North Carolina, Georgia, Iowa, Utah, Wisconsin, Arizona.
But we should really just take a moment here and look at this. Pollsters predicted that Hillary Clinton was going to have not just a victory, but that she was going to win an electoral landslide. Not only is that not happening, it is entirely possible that Donald Trump is truly redrawing the map the way that he said he was going to. It was Donald Trump versus almost all of the experts, and as of right now, it looks like Donald Trump was right.
Donald Trump has defeated Hillary Clinton to become president-elect of the United States.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Okay, every couple of months we should remind ourselves of the amazing times we're living through right now.
Exactly.
I mean, it's too bad that half the country, roughly, can't experience it. They're still miserable. They're more miserable today than the day after the election. They were so wrong, and they're still wrong.
Yep.
They can't see the good things that he's done.
Well, now it's about down to 3% of the country from the
Yeah,
polls for our president now.
Oh wait, there's a newsflash.
Newsflash.
Yeah, Donald Trump just sold Alaska. Holy cow! And he's moving to Mar-a-Lago, and he's giving up the White House to Jared Kushner.
Really?
His son-in-law. Yes.
Amazing.
Didn't you just get that on?
I think he just gave Alaska to the Russians.
That's what Adam Schiff said. He wouldn't lie to us. Adam Schiff would not lie to us, would he?
Not at all.
He said, "Well, that's what's going to happen." I heard him say it.
I did too.
He said it on the show here. So why hasn't that come true yet? Has anything Adam Schiff ever come true? Has anything he said been the truth? I mean, the guy can't tell the truth.
Well,
it's amazing.
Take a look at the last. I mean, even since the president, took office, it's just been nothing but a battle. Maybe they can actually get back to governing our country.
That'd be nice.
The Trump really dog said, remember in that bit, he says, how do you, what's wrong? The guys, since the election, the stock market's gone up 2,500 points or whatever it was. Do you know what the market is up now? It's going on 12,000.
Right.
It's close to 30,000. It was 18,000 when he got elected. All right? 12,000. That's about a 56% increase, roughly 60%. And see, now, if I said 60% approximately, I would be called a liar by a Democrat. You lied. It wasn't. It was 56.8. You're a liar. That's the kind of stuff they catch Trump on.
You can't round up, Dave. I'm sorry.
Well, even if it was 53%, they would say you weren't accurate. Okay, you can't approximate anything, and they'll call you. They'll even lie about your lie. Okay, that's the way they are. It's just and it's the whole MSM. You look at them, you watch them. They're miserable every day. How can you stand the miserableness every single day? And I don't know how they're going to handle this. I mean, but if they keep going, there's going to be a revolution in this country. They're going to go back and try to find another impeachable offense. I don't think it's going to happen before the election, do you?
No.
It can't happen it won't happen.
And if that would happen, then that would be the day that the warrants need to be put out for their arrest.
Well, I think
talk about obstruction of the government.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, right? And I think it's happening. I really believe that they found criminal activity. I mean, Barr said it a long time ago. He says, I have found out that there was spying going on in the election. Remember that? The hearing when he first he was first put in as AG? And what do you mean spying? It's like they were a little scared to ask. He says, you don't mean spying, do you? No, there's no spying. They said. He says, no, I meant spying. Yes, actual spying. And that's what they were doing. And they got to find out. There was a lot of cooperative effort there between the CIA, John Brennan, Clapper, and the rest of those guys, and the FBI, Comey, McCabe, the DOJ, Orr and his wife Nellie, who helped write the Steele dossier. All right, let's go and look at the last two extras, if you don't mind. 3 and 4, please. Let's get those going.
Now, he's not going to be the nominee, I don't think, and there's no chance he could beat Trump. But
are we going to see a brokered convention? Where is this going? Hillary Clinton said Hillary Clinton's not done talking about Bernie Sanders. In a podcast, she says it's not my experience from 2016 that he's going to unite the party. Nobody trusts him. You can't work with him. I mean, she's still trashing Bernie Sanders.
Bloomberg's money in Clinton in a brokered convention. The centrists will look to Clinton to save the party, as I've said, when they don't have a centrist. And the specter, remember, Bernie Sanders is AOC. Bernie Sanders is AOC's third term. It just happens to be the first. Bernie's surge has come since Bernie's been back in Washington on the impeachment trial. It's AOC in Iowa. She has taken over that wing of the Democratic Party. When they get to the bottom of what happened on this poll, Bernie would have been up. This was completely of the Democratic apparatus and guys like Bloomberg to try to suppress what you're doing as left-wing populists.
Is that I have been diagnosed with advanced lung cancer. Diagnosis confirmed by 2 medical institutions back on January 20th. First realized something was wrong on my birthday weekend, January 12th. And I wish I didn't have to tell you this. And I thought about not telling anybody. I thought about trying to do this without anybody knowing, because I don't like making things about me. But there are going to be days that I'm not going to be able to be here because I'm undergoing treatment or I'm reacting to treatment.
This is very sad about Rush Limbaugh. Real sad, and wish him all the best. I mean, like anyone else, I didn't grow up with him, but when he came on in the 80s, I started listening to this guy, and it's so entertaining. It's amazing. All right? I actually sat at a ball game with a guy who's got a really good radio name, and I can't remember it offhand. He's a St. Louis talent, Franco Pinion. And it was like maybe a 90s or something like that. And there's no way I even contemplated speaking in front of audiences. I hated that. I was too scared to call Rush Limbaugh on the phone. And we started talking about his show, and then he says, that Rush Limbaugh guy, holy cow, you don't know how talented he is. He's amazing. I think he had a TV show at the time too. And I've always listened to him, and he's great. I didn't always agree with him, absolutely. But he always had a different kind of take on stuff. And that's what I've tried to do here. I've tried to emulate him by having my own take on a lot of things. And I'm finding out as I get older and older that some of the things I said 2 or 3 years ago are coming true. When I started saying things like, this Mueller guy, this guy's part of the deal. He's part of the cover-up. And I think Trump said something about it yesterday. All right? Nobody else has ever said that before. And I knew that this guy wasn't being fair. If he was looking into stuff, then why didn't he find out about the connections between Hillary and the Russians and or the Ukraine? They're all saying this Ukraine thing is proven false. Okay, show me the investigation that took place of this, and show me the results, good or bad. There has been none. All right. So where were we? Do you have something for me?
Yes,
right?
Let's do this one here real quick.
Good. Great.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic.
This is Nancy Pelosi.
Now, do you see how she is going? How this is just everyday work for her. Everyday work is to go out and to ruin ordinary people. She didn't say go out and pick on a bully, pick on an evil person, do that. It's just an everyday politician, everyday family. She's going to pick on him. She's going to make up a story, make it up. She's going to get it in the newspaper, and then she's going to cite the newspaper and leak it to the TV and cite the TV, so that person's life becomes destroyed. Now you're telling me this woman goes to church and prays for who? Donald Trump? I tell you, I can't see it. Can you, Steve?
No.
Lisa?
No. You know, it was just amazing to watch the facial expressions on her during the, address the other night. I mean, I don't know. But you know what? And I mentioned it to you when we were texting back and forth. By 45 minutes into it, most of the Democrats were applauding for what the president's, and I told,
and they did it the last time too.
And that's what I said. I thought, it seems like he's kind of turning the tables here, and as smart as they're supposed to be, I think they're finally realizing, you know what, we just can't. I think can't go along with this anymore.
I think you're going to see a landslide, unless I'm not seeing everything, and I think we're going to see a lot of Democrats crossing the line. A lot of the independents are gone, I believe, and then you've got Iowa. What a horrible situation! All right, listen. When you reach for the stars, you have to look up. We'll be back with another edition of the show next week. Thank you for listening.
Where your